Oh, my screen is very not looking good. Not looking good. Let's fix that, shall we? Oh, why are you cropped? Are you cropped? Wait. No, I know what's wrong. I see what's going on here. Oh, I'm like, hi Zendrin. Let me fix this real quick. I think I know why it's doing this. We're going to make this bigger. And make it Look at this stuff. Nobody. You're gonna be sad because I don't think I'm gonna be able to over everything. I actually am having like a really hard time catching my breath with how excited I am. I advertise it everywhere because I need max of everybody to look at this and look, listen, and learn. I'm still gonna wait a little bit, but hold on, let me manipulate myself here. How are we feeling about this picture? What are our thoughts so far? Like, we haven't even started yet. Hi, how was everybody's day, by the way? How's everybody's week going? I thought I'd check in right now, since we don't have any, no streams tomorrow. This isn't even like half the pictures that I have of all of this. This is just a lot of the recent ones. Oh, you guys are gonna see my mouse tracking really good today. I look great. I updated it. My eyes react when I do my little You see that? Isn't that cute? And now I can pause. I can go. Not the best pause, but I'm a little. I realized I was a little. What's the word? A bit handicapped when it came to how I organized my mouth parts. So we're gonna have to just, roll with that. I need you guys to see this. You need to see this. Should I plan this for later? No. I can get you guys warmed up for right now while we wait for some more people to pile in. Because I know there are some other people that actually really like to watch this. I can warm you up. I can go through some of the pictures. Hold on. Oh, no, spoilers. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's go through some pictures. Go on Tumblr. If you guys ever get interested on anything about this, I do have a dedicated Tumblr for this, in case you didn't hear about it from anywhere. It's called Birds of a Fallout. Birds-of-a-fallout. I have their little profiles pinned, and I just made a comic for them today. That's how bad it is. All of this I made today. Isn't that fun? We can read a little bit more into that later when we have more context. I advertised this because I got really excited. It's my little wanderer, and that's Madison Lee. These are the actual canon characters that Bethesda made, but they didn't give me enough lore for it, so I had to write some for them. That's me with Jay. You guys have no context for who Jay is. This is a funny shitpost that I made. That's not canon. kind of, I don't know. I'm just so excited. I'm so darn excited. I'm gonna make sure everybody gets to see this. Let's see here. Also no music, because I feel like if I had music, we're not gonna get anywhere, because I'm not gonna be able to hear myself. I have like some weird, like, I don't know. Something doesn't click for me. I cannot, I can't focus. Which is weird. At least when I'm talking. I think I have some sort of like audio thing, but I can't check. Don't look at how many fucking cell phones I have. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. I've had this Tumblr account since I was 14, probably 13. Too long. Way too long. Also, I write actual, like, these are actually written fanfics, by the way. I go by a different name, a pseudonym on Unfair of Our Own, but everything's on here. Don't look at shit from 2017, because it's real cringe. It's not canon anymore. Not canon. My chat just, like, doesn't. The music is too loud? I have music. Oh! Thank you. I wasn't monitoring it, so okay, thank you. I didn't even realize. Thank you for pointing that out. I think we're fixed now. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Ah, there's a cat outside my door, but he can't come in. His sister is eating. But yeah, this is where I just Fallout shitpost. Fucking this. I was into Yu-Gi-Oh! Too for a little bit. There's a lot of other people's. I also like to post other people's stuff on here, because that's my favorite part about Fallout, is that everybody has their own interpretation of it, and it's so fun. So fun and cute. I wonder why that's there. Oh my god. My cat is screaming. I really like Fallout. I really like Fallout. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna take attendance. Fleabags, if you're here, say I. Say I can't freaking wait for this. Because my view count is a little wonky right now. Post a lot about Jake. Oh, this is the perfect. Let me turn this on so you guys can have some audio. We're gonna there's gonna be some videos in here. I'll start you guys off by this stupid edit I made of one of the characters. Very silly. Why did I make this? I made it because I was bored at work. That's like a culmination of what a lot of this is just me being bored at work. So here watch this edit. Just please watch it. What's wrong with me? That was an edit of my Fallout character that I did. Welcome to the stream. Very shaky. Very shaky, very flashy. That was an edit. Okay, I think we can start. We can start, for sure. Okay. Class is in session. Is everybody here? Everybody raise your, everybody stand, what is it? Rise, bow, rise, bow, be seated. Oh, I forgot to put it on. I was just so excited. Hold on. I have a special item I can put on. Well, first of all, I'm gonna need this, because I'm gonna be sweating a lot. I'm gonna be sweating a lot. Sweating a lot. That's not what I wanted because I made it just for this, but where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Tunnel snakes rule. Tunnel snakes rule, and you'll see why I think so. Now I know that isn't a controversial opinion. I sure hope. I feel like it's very globally known that tunnel snakes do indeed rule. I'm so excited. So, welcome to today. I will be normal about my Fallout fanfiction by Doqmeets Smiles. I put so much work into making this slideshow look really pretty. You guys better appreciate it. I made this at work. I did most of these doodles at work. There's Mr. James. James Fallout 3 is right over here. Oh, and he's here too. That's him. That's him, but as a young lad. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, and then there's that shitpost again, where Madison goes up to the Lone Wanderer and says, I wanted your mother. That was just a silly joke to me, but I think I ran with it. Hold on, just one moment, please. Fanfiction time, fanfiction time, fanfiction. Ooh, sorry, I have a screaming cat outside, and I want to see if he's okay to come in now. Okay. He is. I'll be right back. Here he come. Oh Lord, he coming. So okay, please. Ren, I've been fucking fantastic. I'm even better now that you're here to listen to me talk about this. Today's stream is called Why They Should Have Hired Me to Write Fallout. This is a 25 slideshow here, so please strap in. There's gonna be lots of walls of text, so I hope you like that. I hope you love walls made out of text. Let's get the show on the freaking road, shall we? All right. Okay. I thought I'd get this out of the way just in case, but I wanted to let people know, just in case, you never know who's watching. I'm going to be talking about addiction and a little bit of child abuse and neglect. So if you're uncomfortable with these topics, don't watch this. You don't have to. But I just a little bit of housekeeping I wanted to get out of the way. So as long it's not much, trust me. It's just a tiny little bit. But yeah. Yeah. Here we go. I thought this would be a nice little nice icebreaker. I mean, we kind of already started with that fucking edit, but I think this is gonna be a really, really good introductory video. I feel like a professor like doing their first unit to a class, and they're just like, this is so you don't get bored and like to get interested. Okay. Cats are crazy tonight, just like me. But yeah, this will be a good introductory video. Maybe catch your attention a little bit. I'm gonna stay in my little corner here so you can see everything. I made this video, by the way. It's very old, so please excuse the quality of it. I made it for fun. And it's for me, so you don't have to like it. I like it. But it is old and cringe. Okay, let's watch.
There will come a soldier who carries a mighty sword. He will tear your city down. Who's
What do we think? What do we think? Kind of pog, right? Oh shit. Hold on. I don't. I want. Okay. Slideshow. There we go. Pretty pog, right? Was sick. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very proud of that one. It's pretty rough still, but I really like it and I'm very proud of it. And it makes me happy. I still watch it every now and again. I'm just like, that's them, that's them, that's them, and I made it. So like, why? Why am I like that, by the way? Okay, so fair warning. Actually, let me go back so I can explain some stuff here. So I have 3 of these guys. I have more, but I mostly focus on these 3 bozos. Oh, this is not very good, but that's fine. It adds to it. So we're gonna do this in order of appearance. And they're just gonna be quick, brief introductions to each of these characters. So we're gonna go this one, and then this one. This one in particular goes last, just because we're gonna be talking the most about her. I don't cover these 2 very, like, I'll cover them very briefly and they come up later. But I'll leave some room open. If you guys want another one of these, then we can do another one of these and I'll cover these 2 as well, because they also have fleshed out stories. So, but we're mostly going to focus on her, but I'll touch these 2 because I love them dearly. And I have little portraits. Oh, let me move myself, please. Excuse me. Let me put myself. I'll sit on her shoulder. She has a special place in my heart because she was made first. Okay. The order in which I played the Fallout games was 3 New Vegas, 4, and then 1 and 2. I played 4 when I was like in peak high school, so that's why I made her. Because I was in high school, and that's what you do when you're a teenager and you're obsessed with something, is you make original characters and you post about them online. So she's very near and dear to me. I love her very much. This is Magpie Jones. I just realized, chat, you're kind of blocking the way, so I'm gonna need you to move a little bit, just so you guys can see. Just for now, I'll put you guys back, I swear. Okay, so this is Magpie Jones. She's I put semi soul survivor, so if you're not too familiar with the Fallout fandom, all of the main protagonists have a generic name to them. So for Fallout 1, it was the Vault Dweller. Fallout 2 was the Chosen One. Fallout 3 is the Lone Wanderer. New Vegas is Courier 6. And Fallout 4 is the Sole Survivor. Just because they're the sole survivor of Vault 111. Yeah. I call her the semi-soul survivor because I actually co-wrote her with a friend of mine who we wanted to tie their stories in with each other. So they both made it out of the vault. She just happened to get lucky and survive. So yeah, pre-war Icicle, she used to be a lawyer. I can't quite remember how my friend wanted their soul survivors, like, pre-war story to be. I don't know if she was a lawyer also, but if she was, I would assume that that's how they met and that's how they ended up becoming neighbors, because they came from the same neighborhood. That's why they ended up in Vault 111 together. But she just miraculously somehow managed to survive. She was married and she was living in the suburbs, so there's a lot of tragedy there, and how there's only 2 of them. She's not the one that had the baby though. In Fallout 4, there's like a whole fucking plot where you have to find your son, but that's not her. She hates kids. Not that she hates kids, but she's like really uncomfortable with them, and she is really bad with them. So there's a whole fucking subplot. But yeah, she used to be a lawyer, which is very funny because she also has like an intelligence of 2. But she makes up for it in charisma. So there you go. You don't have to be smart to be a lawyer. You just need to know who you're talking to. She is the deputy of the Minutemen. So my friend's character's name is Tanala. We'll talk about her if we ever touch on Magpie more. That Magpie is the deputy. Tanala is the general. And she's also the director of the Institute, because I thought it'd be funny. I thought it'd be really funny to put a lawyer in charge of a scientific branch, or a scientific faction. So she's the director of the Institute, just because she decided to actually take that role on and not Tanala. She's kind of a weirdo. I like to imagine her, imagine a man-child, but it's a 40-year-old woman. That's what she is. She's a cringe-fail woman. She's not a cringe-fail girl, she's a cringe-fail woman. That's what she is. I shipped her with Hancock because I feel like he matches her energy. She's a mentat addict because she thinks she needs them to be smart, which yes, she does. But she's charming without them. I already said that she's not the sole survivor. Terrible with children. Yeah, so that's Magpie. My sweet, sweet Magpie Jones. You're gonna see a pattern here. You're gonna see why my Tumblr for Fallout is called Birds of a Fallout. So that's Magpie. Hold on, can I kiss her? Ah! That's not me kissing her. Can I kiss her? I love you, Magpie. She was my first. I love her. Next we have Grey Hawk. I'm oh no, my button. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna give him Grey Hawk, I'll sit on your hat. He is handsome. He's also another charisma build because I really liked charisma builds. I loved charisma builds in high school. I still do. Because it's really fun to just talk to people. Especially, I thought it was cool in Fallout 4, but that's because I was too young to fully grasp. Is there a way I can, like, stop these? Nope, it's in Japanese. Cool. What was I saying? Yeah, I really liked Fallout 4, and I thought the charisma build in that was cool, but I was too young to fully grasp how awesome the dialogue was in Fallout 3 and New Vegas. But when I was old enough to grasp how fun it is, here we are. So this is Grey Hawk. He's my Courier 6 from New Vegas. He's my first Courier 6. I've since made a fuck ton. A lot. Because I play through New Vegas at least once a year. But he's my first Courier 6 I ever made. And I love him dearly. He's great. He's a little shit. He's the gremlin that we were talking about maybe playing during the New Vegas stream earlier this week. But he lost to rats, so sorry, Ray. Fucking move over. The girls are coming in. But this is Gray. He's wonderful. Are you picking up the pattern yet? They're all named after birds. Because I'm not creative. And I thought that was a really cute way to tie everybody in with each other. But this guy is the... Yeah, birds. This guy, he's really cool. So, I actually made him to be a descendant of the Vault Dweller in the Chosen One. In this canon... Wings of Freedom, baby, let's go! In this canon... not chatting much since... That's okay. As long as you are here. We just need attendance. There will be a test at the end of this, so I hope you're taking notes. Not about these two, but mostly about Jay. So get ready. Get that notebook out. Sorry. But yeah, I thought it would really be cool if he's a descendant or related to the other. the first two protagonists, just because they are made. The games were made by the same company. So, in case you didn't know, New Vegas is a spin off using Fallout 3's engine, but it was completely developed by Obsidian, which was the successor to the original Fallout Games' development company. I guess if that's like, if are you following? It's written by the same people. So I thought that would be really cute to connect them. In this canon, the Chosen One is actually still around, because I was looking at the timeline and I was like, oh shit, that's actually not too far off from when New Vegas starts. So he's still around. His name is Rob. That's short for Robin. Don't remember what I think his name is Robin Sharp. Yeah, Robin Sharp. But this is Greyhawk. He grew up in a tribe in Southern California around active NCR occupation. So the way that he grew up, there's tribes, by the way, in Fallout. It's kind of like a weird mix of like both people who survived through the bombing above ground and then people who came out of the vaults. They just formed tribes. Some of them are, I don't know, it's weird, but he's indigenous descent, pretty much how I see it. But he grew up around active occupation of the New California Republic. He kind of grew up right outside of NCR territories with his mama. They kind of sucked because they were trying to enforce laws on them that they did not want to follow, because they were like, we're kind of living our own life. We'll leave you alone as long as you leave us alone. So he hates the NCR. So he's a what is it? Independent New Vegas playthrough, pretty much. He ends up not liberating, but fuck, what's the word? Oh god, it was in the name of that one Harley Quinn movie. Not Emancipation? I think it's Emancipation. Right? Is it Emancipation? Hold on, I need to look this up. It's gonna bother me. Unless somebody knows if it's Emancipation or not. Emancipation. Not the fucking movie, dude. Meaning, thank you. Emancipation, freeing someone from control. Thank you. Thank you, Google. Yeah, he pretty much led the emancipation of New Vegas, and then he's 19, by the way, so he's not exactly like the best person to put in charge. So he has like a whole kind of like council made of the companions in New Vegas, because he's a little bit smart. What's your int stat at? 5? Not bad. Not bad at all. He is a 1 strength build though. Not great. Freedom. Yeah, but he calls himself the sheriff of New Vegas, and everybody thinks it's really fucking lame that he does, but he thinks it's awesome. He's a pistol sharpshooter. He's also really petty. He's a petty bitch. He has like really strong beliefs in karma because that's how his mom raised him. So he ends up being really petty to people that like really wronged him. So in his story, Benny actually ends up fucking dying because he just shoots him in the head at the Legion fort, because he was just like, sucks to be you right now, huh? But yeah, he has really strong like opinions on karma. He's in love with Joshua Graham. I just thought that is fitting. He just likes weirdos, and Joshua Graham's kind of a weirdo. And he's the Lone Wanderer's biggest fan. We'll get more into that later. But that's Greyhawk. Oh god, come on. That's Greyhawk. Mwah. Everybody say hello to Greyhawk. Or say goodbye, rather. Put that back on me. This thing keeps coming off. Secure that. Yep, secure that. Cool. Yeah, bye Greyhawk. He was inspired by a lot of spaghetti westerns that I was watching at the time. I was really digging spaghetti westerns in high school. Oh my god, you guys. This is Blue Jay Hansen. Everybody calls her Jay because it's easier to say, but her full name is Blue Jay Hansen. Her name's Blue Jay because her mom was a hippie, just a little bit. She was like a hippie scientist, so she knew that astrology was bullshit, but at the same time she would be like, I feel the vibrations in this room right now. So yeah, she looks really cool. Thank you. I'm the most weird and freakish about her. I love her so much. She's my daughter. And the funniest part about that, I think she was like, oh no, she was definitely the last character that I made out of the original three. She's the most developed. I'm the most weird about her. Yeah. But yeah, her name's Blue Jay. Just call her Jay. Sometimes the OC is perfect and eats at your second to last brain cell. She's so awesome. I love her so much. I literally just finished a comic about her today. It's pretty bad. So we're gonna spend a little bit more time with her today. She's gonna be our spotlight. All right. This is what all of the slideshow is about, pretty much. Let's see. Shitty eyesight and a bad shooter. She just has a shotgun. I didn't realize how much I borrowed from Mad Max until I watched Mad Max, and I was like, oh, I see. All right, yeah, because her main weapon is a sawed-off shotgun. I think this is really funny. She has a 2 in charisma, but she has 100 in speech. Now, what do you mean by that? Do you mean? Let me give you an example here. This is a really good example. Let me. Birds of a Fallout tag J. I will show you why she has a 2 in charisma and yet she has 100 in speech. Game reasons, I like dialogue options, so thematically I gave her a 2 in charisma because she is not a people person. She has a really hard time talking to people. But I also really like dialogue options, so I just spammed the fuck out of speech until I got 100. Where is it? A little bit of spoilies in here, it's okay. Where is it, actually? I swear that was like a more recent comic that I made. There's a lot on here. Okay, so this is what I mean by she has 2 charisma, 100 speech. The things that she says to you, she just has like a really off-putting personality and vibe about her. But the things that she says sticks with you, and you're just like, well, shit. Actually, I have no response to that. So, whatever, forehead. And Butch is just like, oh, okay. Why would you call me that? Or, what the hell is on your face? It's a beard. He's trying something. That's kind of the vibe that I was trying to go for. Is most normal people will think that she's insufferable, but the things that she says mean something, and they hit. It's already been 41 minutes. What is going on? What are we doing? Okay. She has mommy and daddy issues. This is the most complex character I've ever fucking written. And I'm the most mentally ill about her. I'm the most weird about her. Please forgive me. I've been like so fucking excited for this stream all week. You guys don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't get it. You don't get it. Before we delve more into... Oh my god, I'm still stuffy. Before we delve more into the Jay Hansen lore, let's go through my other OCs here. And I thought that these guys were just like notable. They were good to bring up. They come in a little bit, just a little bit with other people's stories and a little bit with Jay's story. So over here we have Peristera. Her name's Peristera Markopoulou. She's just kind of like a side character. I think she's my newest Fallout character that I've made. She's really cute. She's a mechanic. And she looks like that, and I love her. Mwah. She's really cute. This is Rats and Trash Sniffer. Trash Sniffer is her pet Night Stalker. This is actually who we're playing as in, these designs are really nice, really distinct. Thank you. I love these people. I love them. And yeah, weird dog. That's their pet dog, yeah. But we're playing her in the Fallout New Vegas stream. That we're going to continue next week because I love Fallout New Vegas. This is her older cousin. This is her cousin Belly. She's just really cute and I love her. Mwah. These two actually... Okay, so this is how, like, actually... I talked about this a little bit if you were at the New Vegas stream this week. These two were actually in an animatic short that I made for school. I showed this to a panel of judges for my senior exit projects. And I had to not really, like, what's the word? Internship. I didn't have a mentor per se. My mentor was my brother's friend who was going to art school, and that counted because it's really hard to get a mentor in the art industry for free. Yeah, these two are actually in animated. It's an animatic that I made. I never ended up finishing it. Maybe one day I will, but I'll have to, like, rewrite it because I kind of hate how it came out. Down here, this is Robin Sharp. This is Gray's uncle. This is Gray's great uncle. He's the chosen one, and you can see he's been through some shit. And I think he's also my only strength build. I never actually finished playing Fallout 2, but he's a strength build. He's a big tough fella. But yeah, this picture is actually really cute. I drew it a while ago. You can tell by the art style. Another warning is there's gonna be a lot of fluctuating art styles in this, just because I've been writing this since I was literally in high school. So it's gonna be a lot of different art styles. So just bear with me. But this is a little picture. I'll bring it. I can bring it up. It's a little candid shot. Oh, little candid shot of. I should just keep that page open actually. Robin. I don't have a lot of pictures of Robin, so I'll find it right away. That's him in Fallout 2. He's just a little guy with really curly hair. He just looks like a buffer Gray, really. Can I go back, please? Can I go back, please? Please and thank you. There it is. Cute little picture of him and Gray. Gray loves his great uncle. They're actually very close. And it's the reason why he got into exploring and stuff. Very cute, very cute. Why is that in a... Okay, cool. Okay. Continuing on. I just want to show that. I'm still kind of proud of that picture. This is Ave. Her old name is Avum de Paradiso. She is another Courier 6 I had. She's not actually a courier in the canon. When I refer to the canon, I mean the whole fan fiction as a whole. She's not a Courier 6. She was a slave in the Legion. She ran away during the first siege on the Hoover Dam because she saw an opening and was smart. Well, she's not. She's a little stupid, but she's street smart. Ran away, got to New Vegas, met Mr. House. Mr. House kind of took her under his wing because he saw that she was clever and he could use her. And she really likes Mr. House, and she was pretty much my the House Always Wins playthrough, so that's why she really likes Mr. House. She doesn't like Gray too much. just because she doesn't trust him. He's really slimy, and she likes Mr. House, and Gray doesn't like Mr. House. This is Starling. She wasn't really a career 6, but I made her as another character because I don't really like the Omertas. And I feel like in the canon, they would kind of oust the Omertas from Gamora, and they would put somebody else in charge. So I made Starling for that. Starling is a worker at Gamora. She's a singer. I based her off of Billie Holiday because she's so pretty. And she ends up being Ave's girlfriend. So they kiss. Yeah, but she is the only reason why Ave ends up trusting Gray is because Starling trusts Gray. Ave gets really attached to a single person, so if that person says that they trust somebody, she's also going to trust them, but she still has her reservations about Gray. And then, would you look at that? Romance the works. Yeah, surprisingly not going to be a whole lot of romance from now on. Jay is the only character that has 0 romance, and that's the way I freaking like it, okay? And what's this? This guy's name is Blue Hansen. I'm gonna eat in a bit, but I'll be listening in the background. Appreciate the chill vibes. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming in. I'm glad you're paying attention, that you're listening. Really appreciate that. This guy's name is Blue Hansen. What? This is how deep Jay's lore goes. I've made her family tree up into her grandparents. This is her paternal grandfather, Blue. Her paternal grandmother passed away when her dad was really young, so she never really got to know him. He didn't really get to know her. So I kind of decided to not go too in depth about it. But yeah, this is Jay's grandpa. It's really funny. So I wanted to make a really ironic joke about Jay's name. Is that Jay's mom really wanted to name her Blue Jay. And Jay's dad was just like, maybe Jay's okay. And then, Jay's mom ended up dying after giving birth to her. So he was just like, okay, I guess it's just gonna be Blue Jay. Cool. Because he has a really weird relationship with Blue. Yeah, I thought he was notable because it's interesting how his name is also Blue. Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's neat. I just think they're all neat. But yeah, not gonna get too in depth about these guys, but they're here and they'll be mentioned. Jay. Let's talk about Jay. Let's freaking talk about Jay. All right, are we on board for that? We're on board for talking about Jay. Awesome, excellent, sick. So let's talk about Jay. Let me move you guys over. I'm gonna be moving you guys a lot. Keep that in mind. I'm also gonna be moving myself a lot. So, the working title for Jay's fanfiction, the piece of media, it's called Wasteland Baby, also known as Blue Jays. They're both songs that are in her playlist. She has a Spotify playlist. If anybody's interested in listening to it, it's like 2 hours long because I just keep adding to it. Let me know. I will link it. The craziest part about Blue Jays, I named her Blue Jay way before I heard the song Blue Jays. And then I listened to the song Blue Jays, and I was like, Days and Days, you fucking get it. I know you read my fanfiction and made that song even though they really didn't. But they get it. They really, really get it. I'm begging you right now, just go ahead and listen. We can go ahead and listen to it right now. I don't care if this gets copyrighted. I really don't. Ask me if I care. I don't. We're gonna listen to this fucking song. It's by Days and Days. They're a post-punk band. When was this made? 2013? Understandable. I found this song after I made Jay and after I developed her character, and it's a fucking perfect fit for her. This song was made for her. It's called Blue Jays, dude. Listen to this. Listen. It's ridiculous.
Tonight I drink to you for all the times we spent and all the time we didn't care. And I'll meet you again, like a dead in soil, fast lasting photograph. Can't say it doesn't at the beating secondhand. That tortures me, 'cause you're not here, 'cause you're not here. Too tired to weep, too tired to breathe, too tired to deal with all these tragedies. But I'm too scared, I'm too scared to see.
I think you guys get the gist. Like, it's... Sometimes the character is just that good that there's music that's already out there that was actually made for them, by the way. So that song was made for Jay. Somehow it like perfectly encaptures her whole fucking arc. It's so great. It's so great. So the concept of Wasteland Baby is the after of the big journey, showing how life continues moving and that there's no happily ever after. And I wanted to keep true to the spirit of a lone wanderer. If that sounds familiar to a certain elf anime that recently came out, I would like to fact check you guys. I started working on this story in 2018. Free Ren came out in 2020. I know it's not a new idea, but it's also like very specific. It's a very specific theming. But my idea was if they were to make a Fallout like show or movie, to make sure that it didn't feel dry and like they were just rehashing a game, was that they focus on a different aspect of the game's story. So I thought it'd be really cool. Is like, why don't you show what happens to the Lone Wanderer after the story of Fallout 3? So that's what this is supposed to be. Is Jay just kind of figuring out her shit, pretty much. And it'd be like an anthology. Kind of like not Cowboy Bebop. I feel like it'd be more like Trigun. I don't know what the difference is, but that's what I think. It's more like Trigun than Cowboy Bebop. Because, I don't know. Trigun, there's like a central cast, but like, for the most part, Vash is by himself. But yeah, after the events of Fallout 3, Jay becomes severely depressed and is stuck in grief because she loves her dad and she has a really weird complex with her dad. She becomes an alcoholic, begins pushing the people that care about her away. Fine, we love this. She has a mental breakdown and decides to leave the capital wasteland, give herself a new purpose by traveling to the Mojave to join the followers of the apocalypse. I imagine at this point in time, word of the followers of the apocalypse have already reached the East Coast. Just because Brotherhood bullshit and trading and stuff. But yeah, if you don't know, the followers of the apocalypse is not really a religious faction. They're just a faction that believes in like science and bettering the wasteland through education and science and healing, and that's like perfect for Jay. So yeah, duh, she's gonna go cross country to go join them to get away from her problems, because that's what she does best, is run away. Heavily inspired by Mad Max, duh. duh. Where Jay has already lived through her story, and she's just along for the ride in other Wastelander stories, except actually she's learning to come to terms with herself and her grief and get over her alcoholism, because that was the main point of leaving, is to kind of sober her up. I took a drink of water. My mouth is so full of phlegm right now. So this is, I really like this picture. I drew it, I think I sketched it in one of my sketchbooks sometime in high school, but then I digitalized it, a couple years ago. But yeah, that's pretty much, isn't it cool? It's like a snake, and then like, cause like tunnel snakes, duh. And then snakes, water. Water's very important imagery for her. Let's continue. And so are snakes, just because snakes represent a very important person to her. And I bet you'll know who that is. If you know Fallout, you'll know who that is. Okay, moving on. Oh, I have a video for you guys. I started this video a little while ago. I started working on it again recently. This was an animation meme for a little bit. Yeah, it was an animation meme, but I like doing this thing where I stretch out the animation meme so it's like an actual like little scene. I started animating it, but I looked at the animation and I was like, this kind of sucks. I might have to redo it. But this is like, I don't know, I really like doing this thing with shorts of kind of showing what Jay's mental state looks like and what her thoughts, or how her thoughts are kind of organized. So that's pretty much what this video is. So let's watch, shall we?
Hello, just a quick update. Quinn is still in the other boys' clothes. A few of them are somehow related. One of them knocked out another with a dictionary, and now they're all fighting for some reason.
Oh, wow.
How's your existential crisis coming along?
Fine.
Good.
Mrs. Hills, can dreams also have memories? I mean, can you still have memories even when you're dreaming?
Oh, Oliver, what else are memories if not dreams themselves?
What?
Right then, more soon.
Do you blame yourself?
What?
Well, it's quite common in this situation for a patient to feel a kind of guilt.
What situation?
The accident. It's very common for people to invent, blame, or create a causality when in reality,
It was completely out of your control. I heard back from the hospital. Your brother seems to be stable and might even wake up soon. Kids are remarkable with these types of things. You told me he was 7 years younger than you, right? Terrible weather. How are you feeling? Like you're a pretty bad therapist.
Hi, Red. Hold on, let me get myself back up here. Hi. We actually just started getting into the meat of this. I did a brief introduction. What we just watched here, for anybody who's just now joining us, is a little animatic that I did. You can tell the parts that I like worked on recently. But this is a little animatic I did showing how Jay's mind freaking works. Especially when she's like going through her alcoholism. She has a hard time seeing fiction or dreams from reality during that time. But in that shows like a really traumatic event that happened to her that kind of haunts her like forever, and she just kind of has to live with it. there's no cure for it. It'll never go away. And she just kind of figures out how to live with herself and continue living, and it's really freaking cool. And there were some other characters in there. So let's go through this. This character. Okay, well, first of all, this is Jay when she was a little kid, when she lived in the vault. She's a lone wanderer. This is, I forget her name. She's one of the ladies in Vault 101. Shit. Fallout. She's the lady that gives you a poem for your fucking 10th birthday. Oh, good. Sounds like a well put together person. Certainly nothing bad will happen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Beatrice. So that's Beatrice. Jay had a really good relationship with Beatrice, so that's why she's there. She has a little cake for her. There's Jay. This lady, that's Jay's mom. We'll talk about her more. And that's Magpie. Wow, celebrity appearance by Magpie. Woohoo!
He was.
Next slide. Before we talk more about Jay, let's talk about her parents. Yeah? I don't know why I put so much effort into writing her. I just kind of like latched onto her, like dug my claws in deep. I love her so much that I started writing fan fiction about her parents, partially about her grandparents too. I didn't get into it. Her maternal grandparents also have names. Their names are Jacqueline and Christopher. Jacqueline and Christopher Stells. They live in Tenpenny Tower. That's where Catherine is from. Catherine, Fallout 3, also known as Catherine Stells in Doqmeets canon. But I was just like, what if I write fanfiction for them also, so I can foreshadow and justify a lot of Jay's behaviors and generational trauma, because I think that'd be really fun and awesome. So I have fan fiction of these guys. There's a little comic that I made. This is Catherine and James meeting for the first time. James used to be a lot more, I mean, look at him. He's a spitting image of his daughter. And that's Catherine. She kind of looks like her daughter, but like happier. Catherine is really awesome. And we're gonna talk about her. But yeah, there is a cute little image of kind of like their dynamic, or the family dynamic is. Fallout more like call out, more like doxing, more like Catherine Stells. More like broken families. I have to make a character to give more context for this character, and so God created me as fuck, dude. Bethesda, hire me, somebody. Obsidian. Look at how much work I put into this. This illustration shows the family dynamic between Jay, James, and Catherine. It's not healthy, but it's also not really happy. But they make the most of it, and I think that's like my favorite. Dog, I am available. I'm ready. But yeah, I think that's like a very beautiful way to portray a family, or at least a dysfunctional family. Is like some of it might not be healthy. Some of it's not always happy, but it's just people trying their best at things, because that's all life is people trying their best. Me talking like I know. I'm only 23. But yeah, pretty much this just kind of shows she hangs over both of them. More so on James, a little bit on Jay, just because she has to grow up. I don't want to say in the shadow of her mom, but it's more like she kind of hangs over them. and that's just something that she has to live with because that's her mom. Did this child have a big poop in their pant? No, that's her wearing a vault suit. No poop in her pant. That's Jay. That's baby Jay. That's Jay is a little baby, and she has her teddy bear. That's another little thing. Yeah, that's another little thing that I love about Jay is she has like really weird quirks. Guys, I don't want to be like, I don't know. The more like, I don't know. I feel like I accidentally wrote Jay as neurodivergent when I really didn't mean to, but you know, here we are. Here we are. Because the more I developed her and like fleshed out her personality, I was like, oh, she's neurodivergent. I see. Okay, cool. They're gonna love this. Who's they? I don't know. Yeah, her neurons have diverged. Jay really likes how neurodivergent. I'm gonna let you guys decide because I'm not diagnosed with anything, so I can't really say for sure. Stumbling backwards into a diagnosis. Uh-oh. Yeah, but let me finish my thought. She has a weird fascination with teddy bears, and she always likes to collect them when she's out in the wasteland. And it's really inconvenient, and it kind of like fights with her inner, like, she has like a really bad inner turmoil between her left and right brain. And I'll get into it more later. Anyways, that's right, baby. I also have a spin-off fic about James and Catherine. I'm gonna put you guys right over here. I'll let you guys decide what you feel about Jay. Diagnosis is both hard to get and harmful in some ways. Coming from a whole family of autistic folks, I'd say you're definitely neurodivergent. I had officially diagnosed you. Yippee! Thanks. But anyways, back to this. Yeah, that's right, baby. I also have a spin-off fic about James and Catherine, mostly James, though, and how miserable he is. This is a readable fan fiction you can read on Archive of Our Own, just in case you guys want to see. We got a yippee. This isn't it. This is my other one. I wasn't going to say anything, but hearing you didn't have any sort of diagnosis was just... What do you mean? What do you mean? I guess, yeah. We just... That's fine. But yeah, I have a fan fiction, Archive of Our Own. If you want to read James's fan fiction, it's You and Me Now, okay? Also part of a bigger series called The Paragon of Failure. This is just a group of fan fictions about James. Because I had really big James brain rot for a little bit. There are 4 or 5 chapters in this. 4 chapters. If you want to read it. It's called It's You and Me Now, okay? By Ghost Milk on Archive of Our Own. It's also on my Tumblr. On the Birds of a Fallout Tumblr if you really want to go read it. Lovingly. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that's a bad thing per se, but it's also like really funny how you guys just kind of assumed. I just think that's really funny. But yeah. You don't have to explain anything. I see it. Okay? I get it. I have the vibes. Just the absolute neurons vibrating and shaking around me. No. Yeah, I just, like I said, I don't think that as a bad thing. I just thought it was really funny. That's like it's like somebody like gathering their courage to come out to their family as like gay, and then like the family members like, yeah, I knew. And then they're like, oh, I thought it was gonna be dramatic, and they're like, no, yeah, dude, I knew. It's like, ah, okay, cool, sick. But I also don't want to be disrespectful. Yeah. We thought you were already out. Yeah. I sit and spend hours making painstakingly crafted VTuber models for my friends who don't stream. Yeah. Yeah, what about it? What? A dog can't have fucking hobbies? So, at this point, I've rewritten and retconned so far off of what Bethesda initially wrote with these characters that they're basically just my OCs. These are Doqmeets TM branded James, Catherine, and Madison. Because hey, also guess what? I wrote Madison. I gave her more of a personality, way more of a personality than Bethesda will ever give her. Thank you. And I don't get an applause. I fleshed out her character. It was mostly because like I really liked her in 4 and 3, and I thought people didn't give her enough love. That's okay. That's what I'm here for. Is I'm trying to get Madison Lee fans. I didn't even know these characters were from a particular game. This is my friend's new persona. They did not get a choice. Yeah. Yeah, no. Oh, you didn't know these characters are from a particular game. This is all Fallout. These characters, they're actually Bethesda's. They're technically Bethesda's property. At least James and Madison. I don't know about Catherine. Catherine in name belongs to Bethesda, but this Catherine, she's my Catherine. I wrote her from the ground up. She has so much personality. I wish they would fucking... No, you know what? I'm glad that they didn't, because it gave me the chance to, like, do this with her. I knew it was from Fallout. I didn't know it was characters from Fallout. Oh! We get the OCs. We have OCs also. I forget. You just came in. We have all OCs also. I just love... I love my OC so much that I had to mess with Bethesda's characters to make sense of her character. Catherine 2.0 slaps hood. This baby can... Dude. No. This baby can give so much emotional damage. Bethesda. This guy's also relevant. That's Blue Jay's grandpa. That's James's dad. That's Catherine. That's my version of Catherine. This is them when they were babies. So this is circa 22... let me see if I remember my timeline. This is circa 2268, circa 2015. Hold up, let me get my timeline. Hold on, let me show you guys how, because it gets worse. It definitely gets worse. It gets really, really bad. Let me pull up my drive here. Hold on now. I have a timeline. Everybody, I have a timeline. This is how I keep track of certain events. Let's see here. The wallpaper, nice. Thank you. 22... I was so far off. 2258. This is around 2258. Probably a little less than 2256, really, if you really wanted to get down to it. Sword scored. But yeah, this is them when they were younger and happier, and there weren't so many tragic things happening around them when the future was bright. You know, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm really proud of this young Madison design I came up with. I made that, by the way. I think it makes her look really cool. Yay, Catherine Fallout! Hey, look at this. I have another video to show you guys. None of this matters. When do they meet the is that the fucking aliens from 3? That's not canon. Yeah, we have a video for you guys. This is about Catherine and James and their love story. Oh my god, romance.
In this optimistic and fresh photograph, we stand.
Oh, no!
And an old hands at the start of a path, and we'll look to each other and tell one another, I love you, you won't walk alone.
Did everybody get that? It was really short and quick. Okay, they're canon in Bethesda's canon. Are they canon in Doqmeets canon? No. Because I don't care about it. Okay? It's not important. He turned her into a baby. Yeah. Yeah. That's what happened. There's Catherine. Ooh. I love drawing her as like a saint because that's how everybody saw her. The aliens are silly, but there's no point in them in this canon, so I kind of just don't involve them. Don't fucking play it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, baby. The giant walls of text start now. I wrote all of these fucking slideshows, like the really long text ones, in one day. That's how crazy I was feeling. Next, you'll tell me there isn't a single cyborg dog in this one either. There is a cyborg dog. 2 paragraphs on a single slide. Listen. I'm feeling crazy. I felt crazy. I love characters who haunt the narrative. I love it when characters don't even physically show up in the media that they are in, but their indirect presence still torments the characters and influences the very nature of the story itself. Thank you very much. That is exactly how I feel about Catherine. Can I do like zoom ins here? Can I zoom in? I can turn on laser pointer? Whoa! That's sick. Am I able to zoom in? I can't. Okay. Well, you guys are gonna have to like look as close as you can at least. I'll hide myself over here. Let's go over the pictures because the pictures are fun and cool and interesting. So over here we have a comic. That is a paper drawing. That's how fucking deep in the shit I was. All right. Most of Jay's story is told through my sketchbooks. So take that how you will. This is an old one. This is like a fucking like 10-page comic I made of Jay having a nightmare about her mom. And then yeah, there's the picture of her mama. You harvested them all digitally. I have not. I've harvested most of them and put them on my Tumblr. That's where I got this. Do we want to go over the comic? We can. Actually, you guys don't get a choice. We're gonna go over the comic. I was asking that just to be nice. We're gonna go over that comic. Fuck me. Let's see. Tagged comic. Oh god, I tagged other people's posts as comics. Oh no, I didn't post it under that. Okay, so then it's in Jay's tag, and I'm gonna have to fucking slog through her tag. Not Jay's, Jay. Oh god, okay. Let's see if I can find it. You actually get to make the everyone dislike that joke because it's Fallout. Exactly! Thank you! Thank you for catching that. Oh my god, I have so many fucking pictures of Jay. It's not funny, actually. should be a little concerning. Let's see. There's Jay in a suit. Isn't that cute? I thought Jay would look really cute in a suit. Don't mind that. That's just weird. AU. I have AU also. Don't even like. Let's not talk about that. Suit, yes. We love women in suits. Oh, so hey, so like where the fuck is that comic, by the way? Certainly it's not all the way back here. It is not all the way back here. What the fuck? Crazed, yeah. I'm nutso. Why is your output? I don't know! I don't know! Oh god, where is it, dude? Like, I'm actually gonna fucking lose it. Did I tag Catherine, maybe? Oh, maybe I did. What are you doing today? Can you just... This is over the course of, like, 6-7 years? Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay, here we go. I found it. There's the first page. You probably can't read that text real well. Egg. She's having a nightmare about being in a normal family in a normal house with her mom and her dad. Catherine looked a lot different in here. She didn't have that long braid. That long braid is canonized. That is what she looked like. She had really long hair. It's her hanging out with her mom. Well, that's how she sees her mom, because it's like she can't really imagine her actually seeing her mom's face. There it is, and then there's the picture of her mom. She's never met her mom. Oh, well, I mean, kind of she has. I should keep that page up. We're gonna go back to it a lot, I'm sure. The only time she met her mom was when she was first born. Can't look her mother in the eyes. Yeah, pretty much. Birth of the Pawn, Dragon's Dogma. Don't even worry about that. That's, like, really cringe. I wrote that when I was a teenager. And I gave nicknames to everybody who didn't already have a nickname. Over here... Oh, let me turn on the laser pointer, because that was awesome. Yeah! This over here is how a lot of people see Jay. Not a lot of people, just certain people. Like I said, Catherine just kind of hangs over their family. So, I like how in the games, how a lot of people who have met James and the Lone Wanderer, they're like, wow, you look just like your father. I really like having that. Yeah, she has big grandpa glasses. Or had before she fucking broke them. Dog more like cat, going crazy for the laser. Dude, this laser pointer is awesome. But yeah, I really like the dichotomy of, like, everybody else who hasn't met Catherine says that Jay looks like her dad. But everybody who has met Catherine says that Jay looks just like Catherine. Just because she leaves such a big imprint on people. Like, she is, like, she has a really, really infectious personality, and people really liked her, and she was just, like, a lot of people saw her as a light in their really shitty world. I'm noticing a line through her neck. Does her head come off, too? In this? That's her vault suit. That's a vault suit. Don't blame me, blame Bethesda. Or, not even them. Fucking Obsidian, they're the ones that made the vault suits, dude. Yeah, that's a vault suit. This is Catherine in her heyday. This is her when she was pregnant with Jay. She ended up fucking working herself to death. Guys, Catherine motherfucking Stells. Her last name is Stells. Yeah, making it look like her obsidian have new scars. Rah! Catherine, I say my favorite character to write about. All of them are my favorite characters to write about. Catherine in particular is fun, because she's very elusive in the story. The only time she's ever shown is indirectly. No flashbacks, just photos and memories, just like real life. Cool, right? The characters that knew her, namely James and Madison, almost always see her in Jay, which makes interactions with Jay very difficult, especially Madison. Madison has a really weird kind of relationship with Jay. It really affected how she grew up, or it really affected how James raised Jay, I should say. Oh my god, bars. Bars, bro. Yeah, it made interactions with her really difficult because they just kind of like see a ghost whenever they look at Jay. The only exception I have from showing Catherine interacting with other people is Jay, because she has a weird complex about her mother too, just because she had to grow up around it. All of her childhood, she was constantly haunted by the idea of Catherine, and she's kind of just sort of swept into her shadow. Not really, just kind of like piled on top of the memory of her. Like she can never escape being associated with everybody's deceased loved one because she came out of her, and Jay is indirectly the reason why Catherine is no longer with them. Because if it weren't for Jay being born, Catherine would still be around. Although that's highly debated because it's also like, well, Catherine wanted to have the baby. Can't really like look at Jay, say like you shouldn't be here, or if you weren't here, Catherine would still be here if, you know, that's what Catherine wanted to do. Not Jay's dad is the reason. Real. Let's blame him. I mean, in my point of view, Catherine's death is Catherine's fault. She worked herself to the fucking bone while she was pregnant with a baby, which at that point it's a fucking miracle that the baby was born. She died of cardiac arrest. I know that's not unheard of in like childbirth, but she really didn't help her case here. She was like what she was doing was she was pushing herself too hard for Project Purity, and then like getting the bare minimum nutrients, and everybody was like, maybe you should slow it down. She's like, no, I gotta finish it before the baby comes. So, like I said, it's a really good recipe for complicated family dynamics, or like dysfunctional dynamics. Baby. She's supposed to be Jay's foil. So the way that, like, if you would look this as like a traditional protagonist, Catherine is more the protagonist than Jay is. It was her idea to start Project Purity. At least when I talk about this, I am talking about purely like Doqmeet canon, not what Bethesda wrote. This is me. This is everything I made. Project Purity is Catherine's idea. Catherine was the one that came up with the idea of, hey, let's do a giant water purifier so everybody has clean water to drink. Yeah, the dog made it. She's extremely selfless and bubbly just because that's how she is. And she's just so charismatic. Like, people are immediately drawn to her and they will want to talk to her because she's so pleasant, and it's so hard to find really nice, pleasant people in the wasteland. I mean, most of that is because she grew up in a very privileged situation. She grew up in Tenpenny Tower. If you don't know what Tenpenny Tower is, made as a euphemism for has pooped. Really? I didn't know that. That's crazy. But yeah, if you don't know Fallout locations, Tenpenny Tower is a tower full of privileged rich people where they get to live kind of really close to pre-war as you can get. Tenpenny Tower is where the real perverts live. Real. But yeah, she lived in a really privileged life, like as close to living in a vault as you can get. Shat is a euphemism for has poop. Thank you. Need more water. But yeah, she's Jay's foil just because they both grew up in really similar situations, but they came out completely different. She's just nice and bubbly and fun, and people like her. She's fun to talk to. She's really selfless. But at the same time, she is impulsive. It was a very impulsive decision. She just decided to leave Tenpenny Tower just because she didn't want to live there anymore, even though it's more safe in Tenpenny Tower than it is in the Wastes. And everybody tried to tell her that, and she's like, nope, I want to go outside and see what's going on, and I want to start this big science project. Pretty much, that's what it was to her. She pretty much ran into situations with no plan. She didn't know if there were going to be any other doctors out there that were willing to help her. She just knew, I wanted to do this. I'm going to see who's out there that's willing to help. And if nobody's going to help, then I guess I'm going to do it myself. She has a bit of a weird hero complex. I haven't really written that deep into her. I don't know why she would have that. I think maybe... Well, she also... Her neighbor is pretty much fucking the old radio show hero. So that's probably kind of where she got the influence from, where she was like, I want to do that when I'm older. I want to help people. Ooh, I'll write that in. There we go. Mr. New Vegas, not him. God, what's his fucking face? And his stalwart ghoul companion. Stalwart ghoul companion. I'm just gonna look that up and something's gonna show up. Argyle, or Herbert Daring Dashwood. Her neighbor was Herbert Daring Dashwood, not Three Dog. I'm not talking about the radio DJ. I'm talking about the radio show character, Herbert Daring Dashwood, and his stalwart ghoul companion, Argyle. And she was like, that's cool. I want to be like a hero. And she's self-destructive. I already described it. She works herself to the fucking bone just because when she gets fixated on something, she will not give it up. To the detriment of people around her. But the people around her kind of like don't understand that because they're just like, okay, Catherine, we'll go along with you because you know what's best. But did she win though? Yikes. Technically she did, but she wasn't there to see it. But yeah, she literally worked herself to death because she wanted Project Purity to be done before Jay was born. Ultimately doing herself. Sad. Do we have any questions about Catherine? Aside from did she win though? A win's a win, baby. Let's go. She said, I raised my child and I didn't even have to do anything. Oh, but yeah. That's Jay and Catherine, yeah. Grolix, I saw you. Did Catherine go to hell? There's no heaven and hell in this. It's just kind of like whatever you decide. No confirmed heaven or hell. People still have religion. Catherine also grew up... She's a Christian girl. She's a Christian gal. She was the one that... You know that fucking Bible verse? I am Alpha and Omega. Yeah, oh yeah, Grolix, I saw you say that she has the hair TM. Yeah, that's what they... That's how they're similar. They have the little hair thingy-mabob. But notice she doesn't have... Catherine doesn't have this little thing. The little ahoge. But guess who does have ahoges? Not Catherine. Oh, I don't have it in here. James has it too, and so does he, kind of. He's supposed to have a little ahoge, but he's an old man. That's more of a Hanson family thing. The main character, Tuft, yeah. James is supposed to have it. I don't know why I don't have pictures of him having it, but he does. Oh, the ahoge. It's actually a cute detail, having some of their locks match to create family resemblance. Yeah. Yeah, the ahoge is something that James's side of the family has. So Blue had it when he was younger, James had it when he was younger, then he started slicking his fucking hair back. But Catherine doesn't have it, purely because she's supposed to be not messy and all that, but James's family is very messy, and a lot of it is like it's generational trauma. The Hanson family, everybody just kind of assumes that they're kind of just miserable and they have to do something with their lives, otherwise they're kind of like nothing's gonna happen. So Blue, I didn't really touch on that, but Blue is actually one of the founding members of Rivet City. And then after that, he just kind of became a mess, and we'll get into that. But yeah, now we're going to talk about James! James, the not perfect dad, but he's trying his best. He's trying his really damn best. So here we have James. Jay got her resting bitch face from him. This is a picture of them actually happy. Very rare sighting. They have a lot of similarities between each other. She's more, you can definitely tell Jay is James's dad, or Jay is James's daughter. She's not his dad. James has pink face bits on his black and white photo because he is drunk. Oh, he does? This isn't black and white. It's colored. In this one? No, I just thought it was cute. Happiness? I've only heard of this in stories. I know, right? Some more water. I need it. Holy shit. So yeah, in this, James grew up on Rivet City. James and Catherine, they're childhood friends. I love James. I love James to death. I'm on the James did nothing wrong team because he literally didn't. Dude, like the discourse on Tumblr about James is fucking crazy. A lot of people think that he like is like a deadbeat dad, when that's like the furthest from the truth. Like, he literally went into a vault, something that he didn't want to do, probably, to raise his kid and make sure she was safe. How the fuck is he supposed to know that the vault's gonna fucking, like, gonna crucify his daughter for something that she was not involved with, right? Like, how is he supposed to know that? He's just doing what he thinks is best. Okay? He's trying. Don't blame him for trying, guys. God. I'm moving myself over here. Okay. Yeah, James did his best with what he was given. Sometimes he fucked up, but that's okay. That's a-okay. James is a super important person in Jay's life. She's super attached to him. He's the only family that she ever had. And James is very attached to Catherine. And was a fucking mess when she passed away. See that fucking cycle? Dog is defensive about Blurbo from her shows. But he literally didn't do anything wrong. I don't understand. I don't get the fucking discourse. What the fuck was... Oh, let me take my daughter into danger. I don't know if she's gonna live or die, or if she's gonna, like, be really happy with me, whatever. I'll just leave her alone. Leave her in the vault. Stay here. Be safe. And I'll go my way, you go yours. I did a good job raising you. You're an upstanding citizen. I think it's time for me to go. And, you know, he did. He didn't know that, like, the vault was gonna go fucking crazy and try and fucking kill Jay. Her name is Jay, not Gay. Christ. But he's not a fucking deadbeat dad. He raised her. He stayed and raised her. He could have just dumped her in there. Like, he could have just left her in the vault and just be like, okay, take care of the baby. Okay, bye. But he didn't. He did not. He didn't. Okay? Fuck, guys. But yeah, kind of a trait that she got from her dad. Dad is super attached to mom. Mom passes away, and he's fucking devastated. Oh my god, it fucking foreshadows Jay's arc. Oh my god, you guys. Gaze canon. Okay, yep. It's like GIF and GIF. But yeah, so in turn, Jay becomes very attached to her dad, to her papa, because that's her family. She grew up around him. He was very doting on her when she was a baby. It's probably like Gaya's semi-teasing, wholly affectionate nickname for Jay. That's probably what Butch called her a lot. I can see that as like Butch trying to get on her fucking nerves. Let's see. James grew up with a single drug-addicted father, which led him to pursue medicine to help. Okay, listen to that. James grew up with a single drug-addicted father, okay? You think a single dad who grew up with also a single dad is gonna be like the best parental figure ever? He'll probably be a little bit better than his dad because, you know, I'm sure as a parent you try to do like the things that you try to avoid the things that your parents did to you that you saw as like negative. Okay, his double canon. You have a character named Butch. It's not my character, that's Bethesda's character. But thank you very much. Yeah, that'd be really funny. Oh, that's actually hilarious. But yeah, no, that's how he got into becoming a doctor. Is Blue became very heavily addicted to drugs. James loves his father, but it was getting to a point where it was just like, all right, you're unwell. You obviously are not the same person that you used to be. I'm gonna try my best to help you, but you're you, I'm me. We gotta figure this shit out, you know. So he really just kind of did it to help him out, and then after Catherine came along, he just left. He left his dad. He said, I'm gonna leave. His dad was unresponsive. Not unresponsive as in like, you know, dead. He wasn't dead, but he was just like, okay, I think you're good. I'm gonna leave you with the doctors in Rivet City. I'm gonna go my own way. So Jay actually grew up. And even when she left the vault, she had never actually met her grandfather. Her grandfather had passed away before she left the vault. My organs haven't shut down. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I don't know if this is going to be your stream, pal. I'm literally info dumping about my Blorbo. Let's see. He used to be more apathetic before Catherine came along with her crazy, wacky idea. Wow. Here we go. Jay has more in common with James than Catherine, just because he's who raised her. Wow, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. She got her interest in science from him. She's also a doctor. Honestly, I would say she's more of like a first aid or emergency paramedic more than anything. Pass on my congratulations to your organs. The powdered sugar says otherwise. Oh, pog. Where was I? Yeah, she's more of like a emergency paramedic than anything. She's not very good at surgery, but she'll sure damn dig her fucking hands into an open wound if she needs to. Let's see here. Her drive to help people from her dad, and her resting bitch face from her dad. They both have the same resting bitch face. It's really cute, guys, don't you think? They both have a really hard time expressing themselves in a healthy manner because of the way that they were raised. Bottled up emotion type shit. Actually, James accidentally taught her to bottle up her emotions. As a child, Jay was very emotional, prone to outbursts, which ended up getting James into a lot of trouble with the overseer. And once Jade got to an age where she was kind of like cognizant of what was going on, I suffer from a disorder known as resting bitch attitude. Oh, same. Once Jay got to an age where she was kind of cognizant of that, of what was going on, of how her actions were affecting how her dad got treated, she internalized that and said, okay, so that means I need to not do outbursts, bottle everything up, and everything's gonna be a-okay. Everything's gonna be all right. Yeah, pretty much. So he accidentally taught her to do that. And then life became easier after yeah, it sounds really healthy. Yeah, she literally watched her dad get yelled at. Because before then, he would just kind of like tell her to go away while he gets yelled at by the overseer. And then one point, the overseer just went up to him, started fucking yelling at him right in front of Jay. And Jay was just like, oh, so this is what happens every time I act up. And just, she really fucking internalized that. So, here we are. That's how we get from rambunctious little child who likes to fight a lot to quiet, reserved, ready to fucking pop at any moment. Jay? Trauma is the little things. It's the little tiny things. Oh, it's so good. me getting really excited about my character's childhood trauma. Ooh! How fun! Now we'll talk about Madison a little bit, because I love Madison. Everybody needs to be fans of Madison Lee, please. Please, please. I'm begging you. I have these cool little pictures over here. Hold on, I'm gonna hang it over here. So, if you look to the left of the screen, I have this cool little juxtaposing pictures. Even more so, like, how Madison sees Jay and how she sees Catherine. I'll read, and you just look at these while I read the fucking paragraphs here, okay? Madison is James's childhood friend. They both shared a mutual interest in science and medicine. She was also probably one of the other kids that came to Rivet City that was his age. She was more interested in physics and programming than, medicine and pharmaceuticals or whatever. She had a little thing for Catherine for a little bit, and then it kind of it didn't really go anywhere, and she's a very pragmatic person. So she was like, this is a wasted effort. I think I'm just going to sit here and admire her. Yeah, she really liked the fact that Catherine really kind of zoned in on I was going to say she zoned in on her special interest. Her special interest was Project Purity. But, I mean, she was fucking zeroed in on it. She was like, let's get this shit done. And Catherine was like, wow, that's really admirable that you really care that much about the wasteland and about everybody else, that you want, like, clean water for everybody. But, oh my god, I'm so fucking stuffy right now. I'm trying to speak and my throat hurts. She was fucking devastated when Catherine passed away. But she, like I said, she's a bit more pragmatic. She was in mourning, of course, but she still understood that there were things that they needed to get done, so she would still kind of push on. Yeah, she just figured that Catherine would want them to keep moving, just like she was doing. So Madison was actually Jay's caretaker for like the first month of Jay being born. James was a fucking wreck and would not move from the corner of the clinic that Jay was born in. Yeah, bottle that shit and save it for later. She was like, we got a fucking job to do. Yeah, she kind of has a grudge against James because James kind of shut down after Catherine died, and Madison became Jay's primary caretaker for a little bit. And she was like, okay, so like, what the hell, dude? Like, she was really pissed off at him for that. To the point where, after a while, she just kind of stopped. She was like, okay, I'm done taking care of this fucking kid. That's your kid. You do what you need to do with it. Let's see here. Madison has a really weird relationship with Jay. Like I said, like, every time she looks at Jay, she just sees Catherine, which, you know, not healthy, but there we are. I wrote here that she sees so much of the worst parts of James, which, yeah, is true. She grew up around James, so she kind of has, like, a weird, like, I love this guy as my brother, but, like, he's awful. Like, you spend so much time with a person, you start to see how, like, fucking shitty they are. But at the same time, they were just so close that it wasn't so bad to the point where it was like, I don't hate you, but, like, I gotta fucking keep your ass in check. But now that she meets Jay, and she's just like, you look just like Catherine, but you have, like, all the worst parts of James that, like, is, and worse, too, because, like, Jay actually has, like, fucking outbursts at Madison, like, in here. Like, they have a fight after James after James dies, and they're both just like, she's just like, what the fuck is your problem, dude? Ugh, God. I love Catherine. But for the most part, she's just kind of cold to Jay. She's not like, oh, I'm Auntie Madison. It's just like, oh, it's the fucking baby I had to take care of. Cool. You can't, she's just like, you came out just as fucking irritating as your father is, except worse. And you look just like the most wonderful person I've ever met. Awesome. Cool. But yeah, they butted heads a lot when Jay was younger. After Fallout 3, she actually does meet up with Madison again, in the Institute. And in that case, Jay's actually fucking, like, terrified of Madison. Like, she becomes so timid because she's just like, I was awful to Madison, and Madison, like, she was just trying to do her best. I was just fucking screaming in her face after she lost all the people. Like, she on her fucking, like, 5-year-long journey of self-actualization, she was just like, oh, Madison was hurting as bad as I was, and I took it out on her. That's not cool. So she became very, like, avoidant of Madison when they met again, because she was like, oh, okay, I was shitty too. I'm too scared of you to really make up, so I'm just gonna kind of avoid you. So that's that on Madison. Everybody, please be a fan of Madison Lee. Smiles. You can't really see me, but I'm smiling. Smiles. Please be a fan of Madison Lee. My favorite uncomfortable dynamic. It's great. Ooh, it's awesome. Now that we're finished with that, let's get to Jay. Enough of the freaking old people. Woo. Jay. Okay, so we're gonna talk about her life, because that's what I have a whole lot written about. So, childhood, Smiles. This is what Jay's childhood was like. And this is mostly from, like, infant to toddler, when she was already inside the vault. Jay loves her dad, super attached to him. He's the only family she's ever known. James isn't exactly the most emotionally available person, but he tries his best. He understands that it's very important to rear a child, but he also, like I said, was raised by a single father. Very masculine single father. So he doesn't have the best grip on his emotions and doesn't understand how to healthily explain to his child how she should express herself. The best that he knows is quiet good, outburst bad. At least for, like, a girl, you know, in the, you know, traditional sense. As a child, Jay is actually very rambunctious. Like, she is the complete opposite of how she is as an adult. What's up, Waffles? We are talking about lore. We're talking about lore. We're deep in the trenches. We are deep in these trenches. But yeah, as a child, Jade's the complete opposite of how she is when she's an adult. She's very rambunctious. She's prone to acting out and having tantrums. A little too relatable. Yeah. She loved to pick fights with other kids. Namely Butch, Mr. Butch Deloria, the NPC companion from Fallout 3. She was around Butch a lot. And I'll explain this real quick because Butch is really important to the story. Butch is, if you've played Fallout, Butch is the childhood bully of the main character. In this, I kind of expand upon it. Butch actually started most of the fight. He starts most of the fights with Jay, just because Butch is also comes from a single parent household, except he's raised by his mother, who is an alcoholic. So she's not the best mom, you know. And as a child, it's like one of those weird things where like kids see other families and they're like, why isn't our family like that? And they kind of start comparing. So Butch was a little envious of Jay having a father figure and him not having a father figure, especially him being, you know, a boy. And he was just like, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know how to express this properly, so I'm just gonna fight. And fight he did. And Jay did not let that stand because she would also fight back. Maybe a little bit also because she felt the same way about Butch. He has a mom, she doesn't. All she ever hears about from her dad, for the most part, is how much he loves her mom and how much, you know, he misses her and wishes she were around. So she kind of also probably has some really weird emotions about that, about not having a mother. He has a mom. What the hell? Let's fight. Let's fight about it. A knife. She was a little rascal. She stole that knife from Butch. James tries to the Dorito face. Yeah. That's old art. James tries to rectify her behavior by making her spend time with Amada and be friends with her. He's trying to kill two birds with one stone here. He's trying to get Amada's more polite demeanor to kind of rub off on her, and then also, you know, get on the overseer's good side, because Amada is the overseer's daughter. And also he thought that they would have a little bit in common, just because they're both daughters that are in a single father household. So he thought that they would bond over that. They didn't. Amada is a very nice person. At least how I interpret her character is she is a very morally nice person, but she doesn't have follow through. So she's a perfect politician. She's perfect. She's perfect as the next overseer. But yeah, Amada's just really nice. She's a really nice person, but like she doesn't have a whole lot of backbone to her. Like, she tries her best to be nice, but she does not jive well with Jay. They are just two clashing personalities. Amada is nice for appearance's sake, and also to like make herself feel better. Jay is just very honest with herself. And even if that means that it's not going to be a positive outlet, then it still is fine. Nice but not kind, pretty much. Yeah, they're just not very compatible. As a 12-year-old, an incident involving her, Butch, and Amada lands James in deep shit with the overseer. This is the moment when Jay truly learns how her actions affect her father, and she decides to do a 180 in her behavior. She becomes emotionally shut off and cold. She becomes especially cold towards Amada and her father. Like, in their teenage years, like when Jay, because it's like a switch and everybody is so like jarred from it, or is jarred by it is she's one personality one day, the incident happens, and then she becomes a whole different personality the next, and everybody's just like, what the fuck? But yeah, she starts really fucking hating Amada and her dad, mostly because she thinks Amada was there when the overseer was yelling at her dad, and she didn't do anything about it, and Jay kind of internalized that as like, oh, Amada's not actually my friend, she's letting her dad, you know, wrongfully getting pissed off at my dad for something that I did. And she's not outright mean to her, like she doesn't start bullying Amada, but it's more of like she just kind of shoots nasty looks at her and just kind of tries to avoid her. Like in the game, I retcon this. In the game, in the teenage, like 16-year-old thing where she's getting bullied, or not bullied, she's getting like hit on by Butch because Butch is being like really weird to her. And then the player can decide what the player can decide what to do in that situation. You can either leave it alone, double down on the bullying, and join Butch in bullying her, or you can stand up for Amada. With Jay, when that happens, she acknowledges Butch and she says, Butch, you're in the fucking way, get out of the way. And does not acknowledge Amada whatsoever. Amada tries to talk to her after, and she tries to be like, oh, thanks, those jerks wouldn't leave me alone, you're my hero. She just keeps walking. Like, she doesn't even look at her. And I think that was really cool. I just thought that'd be cool. Because that's just the vibe that I get from Amada. Is that she's all show. Yeah. Yikes. But yeah, this down here is actually that moment where Jay realizes how her actions affect her father and her father's reputation, and she's like, oh, shit. I think it's definitely a fight with a Butch, but in this, usually the overseer doesn't really give a shit about Jay and Butch fighting. He sees it more of a nuisance than anything. But in this instance, Amada got hit because she was trying to break them up, because she thinks that she's trying to be like, guys, violence doesn't solve anything. She gets in the middle of them fucking punching each other, and she ends up getting hit. And that's where the overseer draws the line. And that's why he started fucking yelling at him in front of her. So, that's another reason to kind of like, yeah, I see why she doesn't really like Amada, is because Amada then, like, it's a dumbass move, but you know, like, people do that. It's just like, guys, stop it. Violence isn't the answer. But yeah, that's kind of another reason why she doesn't like Amada, is Amada could have cleared that up. She could have been on Jay's side if she were really her friend, but she's not, and she just kind of like stayed out of it. But to Amada's to her credit, if to like play a little, not even devil's advocate, she's a child. They're children. She sees her parent figure getting upset. She's gonna get mad, or not mad. She's gonna become withdrawn, because that's what kids do. They either fight, flight, or freeze, and Amada froze. So, to her credit, you know, that's just how children are, but that's not how Jay sees it from her eyes, and she just kind of internalized that. Next. Wahoo! Which slide are we on now? We're on slide 18. We're almost through. We have 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 7 more slides. Teen years. Uh-oh, teenager. Yeah, I talked about it a little bit, but we're really going to get into this. So this is Jay as a teenager. This actually isn't her as a teenager, but this kind of shows her relationship with Butch. This is her as a teenager. So, Jay isolates herself. It's it's platonic. It's platonic. I feel like I need to specify that, or else people are gonna get the wrong idea about them, because that's just what happens with OCs in Fallout with Butch, because he's a handsome boy. He's a handsome devil, but he doesn't feel that way about Jay. They are platonic sibling type guys. But yeah, after the incident, Jay isolates herself from the other kids for all of middle school. Amada tries to be friendly with her, because Amada. But it makes things worse, because it just kind of makes Jay more pissed off, because Jay's like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to interact with you. I don't want anything to do with you. And Amada kind of trying to do the right thing, quote unquote, is being like, well, you're by yourself. You don't deserve to be by yourself. And she's just like, I want to be by myself. I don't want you to fucking talk to me. I don't want anything to do with you. So it's that kind of thing. It's also around this time when James starts to regain his spark for Project Purity. So he starts spending less and less time with Jay, and starts using that as an excuse for her to be like, hey, go fucking socialize. You're a teenager. You need to make friends. Your dad can't be your only friend. And she really is just like, why? I don't want it. So that's where this comes from. Hey pal, you alone? Almost always, yeah. After an incident between Butch and his mom, because as Butch grows up, his mom's alcoholism gets really, really bad, to the point where it starts getting physical, unfortunately. Why can't you, old man? Sounds like yeah, literally, she's like, so why? That sounds like a skill issue. Yeah, my dad can be my only friend. But yeah, after an incident between Butch and his mom, Jay finds out that Butch has been going to see his dad late at night in secret to patch him up after fights with his mom. Because Butch is a very proud person. He doesn't want anybody knowing what goes on behind closed doors. B, he doesn't want people to find out that he's being nice with Jay's dad, just because at this point he's made the tunnel snakes. He has a bit of a reputation with his friends, and he's a teenager, and he's just like, I can't be seen being nice. That would ruin everything. So, and the fights happen at night most of the time anyway, when he actually goes home. So it's kind of just like convenient coincidence for him. And at this point, Jay's dad's spending so much time in the clinic away from her. Teenagers take their reputation way too seriously, for real. It's like, who fucking cares, dude? And then even in especially in a closed quarters case, in a vault, when there's only 7 other teenagers around you, then I feel like the smaller the group is, the worse it becomes. Because if there's more kids around you, the less shit you start to give. But everybody in here, you're gonna want to try and make a name for yourself, and because that's how teenagers fucking work. It's very silly, but it ends up with Jay and Butch kind of ending their feuding and kind of finding common ground with each other. They literally get past the snitching phase of being siblings. They're siblings, dude. They fought like siblings. They get mad at each other like siblings, and then they turn into teenagers, and they're just like, wow, we're best friends. That's how it is. But yeah, Jay finds out that he's been going to see her dad, and kind of puts the pieces together that because obviously there's rumors about Butch's mom, but he's not outright about it, because he doesn't want to be. He wants to kind of ignore it. But she finds out. She's just like, your mom's doing this, right? And he's like, okay, yeah. And she's just like, okay, well, my dad's already, well, first of all, she knows because her dad tells her or talks to her still. And he tells her, I'm starting to get worried about Butch, stuff like that, because he's trying to look out. He's still a doctor, so he still like kind of cares about his patients. My brother tried to murder my sister as a toddler, came up behind her with a wooden block raised over his head. Like, yeah, kind of like that dynamic, for sure. I also had a similar experience with my brother. He is my older brother. He was very skinny while we were children. I grabbed him by the head and like tried to throw him, not realizing that I can break his neck like that. So that dynamic. It's that dynamic for sure. But yeah, Jay starts like realizing how stressed out her dad is, and her being very attached to her dad and caring about his health. She's like, okay, come see me. I'll patch you up because I know basic first aid. I learned from my dad. This is something that I'm going to start doing. Gives me more practice. Gives my dad less things to worry about. He's already stressed out about me being a friendless loser. So we can be civil, and we can also stop our silly little feud. Let's be civil. Let's work things out. I'm doing it for the sake of my dad. You can do it for the sake of you. I don't care. And then she's pretty much just like, I'm giving you an out from your family. And he's like, cool beans. Cool beans. And they actually become very good friends. Become real good friends. Obviously, they still have that kind of dynamic where, like, Butch really likes to pick on her because she's easy to pick on. She literally has giant fucking glasses and looks like a nerd and talks like a fucking robot. And he's like, you're the easiest fucking target ever. And then at this point, she's just like, okay, whatever, I don't care. It becomes less, like, less animosity, more frenemosity. Like, what is it? You bitch, but, like, bitches, in a friend way. I forget the word for that. But yeah, pretty much that. Let's see. James actually eventually starts seeing Butch as a son just because he comes over to their house all the time. He hangs out with Jay all the time, and all the times that he has to patch up Butch, I think he's had to patch him up since he was like 12-ish, 14-ish. Like he's gotten to know this kid, and to see Jay and him kind of start getting along, he's just like, oh cool, swell. Like, at first, James didn't like Butch, obviously, because you don't really like the kid that's bullying your kid, right? But the more he kind of learns about Butch's home situation, the more that he kind of tries to excuse it. And then, once he actually starts to understand Butch, it's at that point where Butch and Jay are not fighting anymore. So he kind of is just like, okay, I see now. You're cool. For now, as long as you don't fuck with my kid anymore. And that's exactly what happens, and they become like a really nice little found family. As I said, Butch and Jay are purely platonic. They see each other as siblings only. They become real tight. They even finish each other's sentences. Please do not interrupt me. They're just the best of friends, and this is like one of Jay's only good relationships, like good, healthy relationships. And very ironic seeing as it came out of them just like hating each other. Enemies to friends. Enemies to BFFs forever. Yeah, Butch becomes the only person Jay can ever get along with. They keep their hangouts to the down low though. They hang out a lot in the reactor. In the vault where James set up that little BB gun shooting range for Jay. Enemies to like bros. They're bros. Enemies to bros. They hang out all the time in the little shooting range that James set up for Jay. Just because it's away from everybody and they kind of just get to hang out by themselves. Because Butch still wants to keep his fucking reputation. Jay thinks that it's stupid, but she goes along with it anyway. Because, you know, she's like, alright, that's my friend. I'll help you out, however. So they don't really fight each other in public. It's just kind of like they butt heads and then that's it. And then they hang out after school late at night. Let's see. Butch, so, you know, Butch still loves his mom, and would rather not cause drama in the vault, so they don't really bring up the facts. Because that's another thing why, like, that's another thing why they don't hang out in public, is because Butch doesn't want to fucking draw attention to his home life. Because if Jay and Butch started hanging out with each other all of a sudden when they, like, prior hated each other, everybody could be like, okay, what the fuck is going on? So, hanging out together late at night, away from prying eyes, platonically, they're just chilling, bro. What, you never had a fucking hangout sesh with your homies out in the playground? Platonically, they just hang out and fucking just, like, chill, shoot the shit, and then make fun of each other. No? Okay, what the hell? Am I a fucking alien? I just wrote a comic about this. I just wrote a comic about them hanging out. Check it out. Let's look at this one. This is when he fucking peer pressures her into smoking. Look. She said, ew, you're stinky and gross. Like, she literally fucking nags him. Very healthy. They're bros. They're literally just bros. She goes... And then later on in life, she's a fucking chain smoker. They're literally bros. Like, I haven't outright said it, but I think Jay's very much like aromantic, asexual. She has no desire whatsoever in that department, in either of those departments. She has too much shit going on in her own brain. Let's go on to adult years, shall we? Young adult years. Here we are, Jay. Jay, you're 19 years old. What are you going to do with your life, Jay? Jay Hansen, Blue Jay Hansen. Oh, let me move myself out of the way here. Here we are. This is her. This is like one of the best drawings I have of her. The comic is like that Chainsaw Man scene with Aki and Himeno. Oh, it kind of is. Oh, I never even thought about that. It is. Oh shit, you're so right. I didn't even put... that was not intentional whatsoever. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. I like that. But yeah, young adult years. This is Jay. So this is what Jay looks like when she's fresh from the vault. Of course she brings the fucking Tunnel Snakes jacket with her. This is her freaking out, having to shoot a gun for the first time. Or like a real gun for the first time. This is how she felt about wasteland food. She was like, you people eat fucking roaches? She's still picky about her food. Like, that's still a thing that, like, she'll never get over. She prefers, like, pre-war canned food and Blamco mac and cheese than, like, wasteland food. She's a very picky eater. Hates it, but doesn't want to be rude. So she just kind of looks at it like gross, but like her dad taught her, like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. And so she is just like, okay. But you can tell that she doesn't like it. So young adult years. Jay is working full-time in the clinic with her dad before he escapes the vault. When James leaves, Jay develops crippling abandonment issues. Ooh! Who doesn't love abandonment issues? And she has the type of abandonment issues where she's just like, she just expects everybody to leave. That kind of abandonment issues. Ooh, so fun. And it really fucks her up when people do stay. And then it's her own doing when that pushes them away. Oh, so fun. I love Jay. I love Jay Hansen. Jay Hansen, Fallout 3. Hi. Yeah, she hated the Capital Wasteland at first because it's so different to how she grew up. Thought everyone and everyone was out to get her. Everything and everyone was out to get her. She eventually warms up to it. She makes her home on Megaton. Of course, she doesn't fucking blow it up. Duh. Who blows up Megaton? Jay is so fucked up. I love her. I love her so much. Moira actually played a really big part in getting her out of her shell. Just because Moira is also really bubbly and like scientifically endowed. So she doesn't get quite as close to Moira as she is with Butch, but Moira definitely helps. It's just kind of like, you seem like a person who would grow up in a vault. Cool. This is familiar territory for me, pretty much. She rarely got sidetracked in her search for her dad. She found him in Vault 112 in 4 months, which is fast. And guess what? She found him in 4 months. You know how I tracked that is when I was developing the story. I did this in high school, by the way, because I had nothing else to do. What I would do is I booted up a new game of Fallout, put in all of Jay's stats, role-played as Jay. I kept an actual physical copy of her diary. And every day, I would actually like end the day, go to sleep, write in the diary, and then keep track of things. So that's how, yep, she found her dad in 4 months. This is what peak mental health looks like. I am like so fucking mentally well. I think I still have like the diary entries somewhere in my sketchbooks. Not really a sketchbook, it was a composition notebook. And I was just like, let's go ahead and jot down all of Jay's fucking thoughts. Because I was like, this is going to be the best way to write the story, is to actually keep track of the time in game, see how long it actually takes her to do it, and then like keep track of the things that she does in her search. And I was like, this is what a mentally healthy person looks like. So you role played it in game to see exactly how long it would take. Yeah, because I was just like, how long realistically would this take? So I role played it for wheelies. Did I miss the Ghoul OC? No. I was about to say, like, do I have a Ghoul OC? I do. I haven't really made much art of them. I have 2 of them. But they're not in this one. Unfortunately. They're not in these ones. They're not in this. This is all about Jay Hansen! Blue Jay Hansen! Ghoul OCs come later. They come way later. I will say they have something to do with rats. And that's all I'll say on them. Where was I? Oh yeah. Finds James in 4 months. After finding him, they were attached to the hip until James sacrifices himself to save Jay. Woohoo! And then James passes away, and now Jay has, count it, 2 dead parents. All right. both of them dying in front of her. And James dying in front of her really fucks her up. It traumatizes her, and she never actually heals from it. She just kind of has to learn how to live with it. Third dead parent when? We'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually. But yeah, she... No, she doesn't have a third dead parent. I'm messing. I'm goofing, you guys. I'm goofing. Her third parent is the varmint rifle from that photo. Yeah, for real. It's that BB gun. Yeah, she becomes very deeply traumatized. You know, you guys want to hear something really fucked up too? Is all that time when James left the vault to start Project Purity, and then Jay finds him again. They have a really awkward reunion. And then they start working on third parent is Madison. Yes, you're so right with that. You're actually so right. Kind of, yeah. She's like the weird aunt, for real. But yeah, you guys want to hear something fucked up? Is, when Jay starts working on Project Purity with James, because at that point, James has been kind of just hyper fixated on Project Purity and finishing it. Because he, like I said, they were really haunted by Catherine's, I guess, ghost is the best way to do it, is her hopes and dreams, and her biggest dream was to finish Project Purity. And James kind of became really hyper fixated on that, to the point where sometimes he was not like the best father when he could have been. And it takes Jay going through fucking hell to find him, and then agreeing to help him with Project Purity, because that's what he wants to do. That's what her mother wanted, and she just wants to help in any way possible and just spend time with her dad. That's when James really starts to be like, oh shit, I have not been the best. And he's just like, after we finish this, after we finally fucking put this to rest, I'm going to be a proper father to her. I'm going to give her all the attention that she wants, all of like, because he has this realization where it's just like everything up in her life up until then has been focused, like been central to him and Catherine. And he doesn't fully understand that until then, where he's just like, yeah, I'm not the best father. I need to start. We'll play football. Yeah. We'll play football, champ. He's just like, I really would he pretty much becomes like, I need to know more about my daughter. I need to, like, spend time with her. And he's like, we're gonna spend more time together when all this is over. Womp womp. Uh-oh. Dead parent. Third parent is Doqmeets. Real. I'm Jay's real parent. Parent. Anyways, that's the fucked up part about James dying. Aside from it happening in front of Jay and really fucking her up. She's deeply traumatized. She doesn't know what to do with herself. She becomes detached. She dumps Madison at the Brotherhood of Steel, giving Madison even more like, wow, you really fucking suck, huh? Like, she's just like, wow, you don't even have the follow through. It's the exact same fucking like beef that Madison had with James. Was just like, are we not gonna fucking finish this or what? But yeah, she just leaves. She's like, I'm done. My dad's not here. What the fuck did I leave the vault for? Oh, she's just like, what the fuck was any of this for? And she just kind of starts wandering around. Because she's just like, fuck, dude. I have no purpose anymore. Because her purpose was to her parents. And now they're not around anymore. So she just kind of wanders around for a month. Is that what it says on there? Yeah, for a month. She just kind of wanders around. She starts her... alcoholism starts a little bit here. She starts drinking, period. She hadn't had alcohol before then. She starts drinking, but it's not as bad as it eventually gets. Cause guess what? She kind of breaks out of it for a little bit when she starts wandering by Vault 101, and the alcoholism section on the Wikipedia page. Exactly. What is it? She gets the distress signal from 101, of course. Goes back to do the Trouble on the Homefront quests. Because that pops up on her Pip-Boy. It's just like, oh, new quest. Okay. But yeah, she hears Amada's voice and she's just like, okay. For the first time, she's kind of just like, I'm not pissed off to hear Amada. I was like trying to find the right. She's like, I'm not pissed off to hear her because this is something very familiar. I know this. This is something I can do. So she's very civil with Amada. Like, she's actually kind of happy to see her. Even happier to see Butch. She's just like, holy fucking shit. Like, something really tragic and traumatic happens to her, and she just doesn't have the energy to hold the grudge, and it's just like, this is familiar territory for me, and this is what I need right now, is I need familiarity, and I need something solid. Is Butch? Butch is a man. Butch is a greaser. Butch is she's really happy to see Butch. Men. Yeah, he's a dude. What was I gonna say? Yeah, she's really happy to see Butch. And Butch and Amada are both like, you need to convince the Overseer to open up the vault. Because obviously life is viable out there. Butch gender swapped OC hardcore lesbian. I'm sure it's somewhere out there on Tumblr for sure. There are probably people out there that have Butch as like a he-him lesbian. Which is, I'm down with that. I'm so down with that. See the word geck a lot in the lower half of this slide? We're getting to that weird shit. Yes! Yes, we are. Yes, we are. But we're finishing up Trouble on the Homefront. But yeah, they're both like, yeah, get the Overseer to open up the vault. Butch is just kind of like, do whatever you need to do. So he's very much on the side of like, maybe you can kill the Overseer. And Amada's like, no, that's my dad. I don't care if he's threatening people's lives and executing them. That's my dad. I don't want you to kill him. So Jay's just like, okay, you know what? I just went through my dad getting killed. I'm not going to kill your dad. Soft weird, the good weird stuff in Fallout involves the old ladies who beat you to death. Yeah, dude. I'm so down for the old ladies that beat me to death. The Gek is pretty much just a Deus Ex Machina, right? It's just like, yeah, I can do whatever. But yeah, Jay's pretty much is the old lady gang in this. They are not, unfortunately. Yeah, I am. Duh. I loved Madison Lee, so yeah. But yeah, Jay's just like, okay, let me try to do this peacefully. And of course, like, the Overseer never fucking really liked Jay, so he was really like defensive about her coming to talk to him and being like, no, we can't open the fucking vault. We're not doing that, and anybody who says otherwise gets fucking executed. But she manages to like logically, because logically, life in a closed off vault like that is not gonna persist because you get less and less people with every generation. And everybody becomes fucking related to each other. So she's just like, biologically, scientifically, it is not viable. You need to open the vault or else you're fucking doing yourselves. And he's just like, okay, yeah. If that's one thing Jay is really good at, like I said, charisma, 2. People hate talking to her, but fuck, she has some things to say. Like, it's just like, okay, yeah, she is right. She ends up, when she talks to people, she uses a lot of logic and reasoning. It works when it works, but like when it has the wrong audience, it doesn't work. But I mean, politically, yeah, it's not viable. You're dooming yourselves. If you're stubborn about this, not only are you gonna die miserable, people are never gonna be fucking happy, and they're gonna keep acting like this. Yeah, unless Overseer wanted incestopia, it's not viable. It's not. So yeah, she logically talks him down. He gives power to Amada. And Jay considers coming back because she was just like, I have nothing for me back out in the wasteland. It's just Project Purity, but like, she's just like, I don't know if I can go back to that place. So she's like, maybe I'll stay in the vault. And she starts talking like she's gonna stay in the vault again. And then Amada hits her with the, yeah, we're kicking you out because you're just too you're too controversial. And Jay's like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, you're controversial. There's a lot of people that still, like, you know, that blame you and your dad for what happened. And yeah, bitch, move for real. Like, I get it. Yeah, if she stays, she's a controversial figure. And I looked it up. There's an island with 200 plus inhabitants, just saying. Well, yeah, that's fine and all. But I don't think it's it's not very viable when you have maybe 7, 10. Yeah, 7 like young adults. At a certain point, those genes are gonna start mixing together, you know? Like, yeah, at a certain point, it's gonna be fine if you have a large enough population, but they did not have a large enough population for it to, you know, work out. On top of that, they had an uneven number of genders. And then that's not even, like, taking into what's the word? Taking into account that maybe some of the people didn't want kids. Like Butch. Butch didn't want a kid. So yeah. That's where it is. It wasn't viable. They had a hormone imbalance, yeah. Pretty much. But yeah, Amada hits her with the, like, you can't stay in the vault. You need to leave. And Jay's like, I mean, can I come back when things are settled down? I grew up here. And Amada's like, no, you're gonna have to leave forever. And she's just like, because you've changed. And at first, Jay is like, okay. Because Amada's like, I really hope you understand. And Jay's like, okay, you're Overseer. You know what's best. I haven't been back in a while. Cool. I'll trust your word on that. I'll leave. And then this is when it gets juicy. And then Amada hits her with the, I wish things were different. And Jay fucking blows up at her. And at this point, I mean, like, they grew up together. Amada has seen Jay when she throws a tantrum. No, right? Yeah. Jay fucking blows up at her. Amada's seen her be angry. She has never seen Jay be angry at her. And she is so fucking uncomfortable with it. Because Jay's like, let's not pretend like we're fucking friends here. Like, don't fucking give me, I wish things were different. I know you don't wish things were different. Because if you really thought that, like, if you really wished that things were different, you would fucking change things. You're in charge now. You can make things different. You just don't want to. And that's where her, like, she doubles down on her opinion of her from the incident where, that changed her fucking personality. Because she's literally doing the same fucking thing. She's doing the same fucking thing. She's not speaking up for her. She's not, like, looking out for Jay. She is just being, like, I don't know. She's just putting it on her front and it pisses off Jay. She fucking blows up at her. Jay's just like, if that's the way that you feel, then this vault's doomed. You're doomed. I'm not gonna stick I didn't want to stick around to see it go to shit anyway. I'm leaving. See you. And she leaves. Amada's freeze instinct solidified into being a fucking coward, precisely. Like, how hard is it to fucking advocate for somebody who saved the vault? And, like, yeah, all the issues started because of her dad, but that's not her fault. She ended up saving the vault anyway, and then, like, you guys are gonna prosper because of that. Ah, it's so fucking good. So, yes, thank you. You get it. You get it. You get it. You get it. It's such an easy argument to win. She just doesn't want to make the effort. She wants to take the easiest, like, the path of least resistance. And it's frustrating, especially for Jay, because, you know, she's been through all this shit already. She comes back hoping that, like, you know, this is going to be the stability that I need, only to get fucking kicked out. But it's fine because she takes Butch with her. Yay, we love Butch. Tunnel snakes rule. Tunnel snakes rule. Tunnel snakes rule. She takes Butch with her because Butch wants to come along with her. Well, Butch wanted to leave the vault because he wanted the vault to open because he was just like, this place sucks. I want to see what's out there. He was planning on leaving by himself. He was like, I'll meet you up, or I'll meet with you somewhere else, somewhere out there. And she was like, no, you're coming with me because I don't trust you out there. It was literally just like, you couldn't even kill a rad roach. Can we have experimental wasteland surgery to turn Butch into a Butch? If you squint your eyes really hard, Butch can be a Butch. Just squint your eyes real hard and just reach really hard. You can. It can happen. Hey, you write it yourself. You can. What do you think this is? Reality is what you make of it. But yeah, she's just like, your ass is not going off by yourself because I don't trust you. So she forces him to come with her. And he's totally cool with that too. He's more just like, don't fucking treat me like a baby. And she's like, you are a baby. You're a baby. And it's more of like, she needs to know that he is going to be okay because she can't handle losing another person that is so close to her. So she takes him with her. And for a while, she kind of like balances out because, you know, they have, she now has that fucking, that security with her. Butch is her security blanket. This is my this is my emotional support greaser. They travel together a little bit, and they start talking. They talk about what happened with Amada. Oh, it's so it's so great. It's like it's just two friends like sharing juicy hot gossip with each other. But they travel around together a little bit. Jay gets the chance to unpack a little bit about what happened with her dad in Project Purity, and Butch is like, well, there's only one way to really help yourself, and that's to see it through. And she's like, I guess. So they go back to Project Purity. The plot continues. She goes back to the Brotherhood and says, okay, I'm done moping around. Do you guys still need help with Project Purity? Obviously you do, because you haven't taken the Jefferson Memorial back, have you? Hold on, let me reset my camera here. It's freaking up. She was like, you guys obviously haven't taken it back yet. You guys need help. I'm here to help. I'm here to put this thing to rest. I'm here to confront my demons. Catherine died of a broken back from carrying the plot so damn hard. Catherine's the fucking hero, dude. I'm telling you. She is the hero of this. We just have to see it through Jay's perspective. 'Cause she's our hero. In my heart, in my head, and in my balls. Okay. My throat hurts so much. Okay. Back to it. They go back. They start working on Project Purity again. They just need to get the Gek. That's like the last thing. Oh my god. Numbers. Numbers in their viewers. Oh my god. Hi, numbers in their viewers. Hello. Hi. I hope you guys like fan fiction. Because that's what we're here for. Hi, hello. How was stream? Thank you all for coming. I hope you guys like fan fiction, because I am lore dumping here. We're in slide 19 still. Played some Neo 2 with Usagi. Wow! That's awesome. Got a little destroyed, but it was fun. Good. I'm glad you guys had fun. This is a little less exciting. I'm literally just going on a tangent about my Fallout fanfiction, so you guys don't gotta stay long if you don't want to, because I'm going a little crazy. I'm going insane with my Fallout fanfiction. We just started the self-actualization arc peak. We're gonna go into the self-deprecation arc soon here. But yeah, welcome Raiders. Thank you, numbers. When you understand one of the characters' dog does a little happy hand clap. I do! Because it's great. It's such a good feeling when you understand what I'm trying to do with a character. After I've been like looking at myself in a mirror and like reciting this lore to myself, when I get validation, I get so happy. I get so happy. Because I'm just like, yes! I did write it good. I'm not just sucking my own dick. We're literally just recapping Fallout 3, but a little different. That's what the stream is. This is why they should have hired me to write Fallout. I'm telling Bethesda that I'm open, I'm ready. Hey, yo, Ren. What's up? We're getting towards the end of Fallout. We're getting towards the end here. Of Fallout 3. Fallout 3. We still have 2 other games we need to get through. So yeah, the Gek. The Garden of Eden creation kit. That's they say that that's the last piece of Project Purity that they need, and you're back from the eats too. Yay! We're getting to the juiciest part. It's so great. I'm so happy right now. I've been so excited for this stream. I'm so freaking happy right now. Yeah. She goes and gets the Garden Creation kit. Now that they're at the Brotherhood of Steel, Jay tells Butch just stay. Because she's like, I don't know what's going to happen to me out there. Just hang out here. You're going to be safe. I know you are. And he's just like, fine, whatever. I'm sure he goes around and like does his own thing. While he's there. Or while she's out. But she's just like, I don't want you getting hurt. Please stay here. In that exact tone of voice. Wow, thank you for the sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, then she goes through the whole fucking Raven Rock thing. So she, like she did with the overseer, she just kind of logically talks down President Eden. Literally says you should kill yourself now. and he's like, word, say that. Because he wanted to do, what is it, that FEV virus, and put it into the water supply so it kills all the mutants, because he wanted, you know, a pure society. But the problem with that is that most wasteland residents are, to a degree, a mutant, just because they've been exposed to so much radiation. So the FEV would effectively either, I mean, it would kill most people, all ghouls and super mutants, and any other mutant in between. Yeah, I would just make everybody dead. Dead or, like, gravely ill. Because it's like everybody's a little bit of a mutant at this point. So she is just like, it's just eugenics, literally. She's just like, you're gonna kill everybody with this. And he's like, what? No. And she's like, okay, think about it logically. Everybody's has some kind of radiation poisoning. A lot of the residents up top are not vault residents. So, you know, think about it. And he's like, damn, I should kill myself now. And that's what he does. He blows up Raven Rock. And she's like, she just pats herself on the back and she's like, okay, cool, sick. Let's see. Next. And then it comes to the siege on the Jefferson Memorial. Now that they have the Gek, they have the key. They have the key to the puzzle. Actually, I think, oh shit, I need to replay it. It's either she has the Gek, she fucking stole it back, and then they're ready to siege the Jefferson Memorial, or I didn't mention him, but General Autumn. He's the guy that is responsible for James's death, and she has a fucking grudge against him. But I can't remember if he has the Gek or if President Eden had the Gek. I can't remember. Either way, at that point, the Enclave who took over the Project Purity, you guys know Fallout 3, I'm sure. They can't continue until Jay is there because she's the only, her and Madison are the only, like, people that know how to turn on the purifier. They storm the Jefferson Memorial with fuck, what's his name? The giant fucking robot. Big robot Fallout 3. What's his name? Liberty Prime. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, with Liberty Prime, she fucking storms that shit. She's so pissed off because they're just like, you know, you're gonna see General Autumn, and she's like, what? Say that. She fucking runs in there. General Autumn starts his speech, but then she just fucking shoots him in the face because she's like, I don't have time for that. You're dead. That's all I wanted. Cool. Sick. And then, you know, she starts up the purifier. She knows the code. Blah. And she gets dosed with deadly amounts of radiation. Very fun. However, she does survive because there were people on standby to pick her up. Unlike last time when James very foolishly locked the fucking door and then just flooded the rotunda with radiation. But yeah, there were people on standby to come grab her. And so she survives. The purifier's working. They just have to, like, start distributing the water. And they do that. She has to help the Brotherhood distribute it. And then she becomes really, like, she gets really frustrated because instead of everybody being able to get access to clean water, it becomes a really frustrating game of bureaucracy. And she's like, this is not how it should be. She starts micromanaging the Brotherhood of Steel because she's just like, why don't you just get the fucking water out? And they're like, well, we need to pay the merchants to come peddle it. And she's like, it's free water. You pay them in water. People can come here and get the water themselves. Why? And she's just like, you guys have fucking helicopters. Why don't you just drop ship water? And it's a lot of bureaucracy, and it's not what she expected. And at this point, she just gets so frustrated, and then, like, now that everything's over, she actually gets time to really, like, yeah, you don't play fucking politics with a basic necessity for survival, but that's what it ends up being, and she's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it becomes so fucking frustrating for her, on top of the fact that she now has, like, time to really breathe and process her grieving. Because with her, she started the grieving process, then she got stuck in anger, and now she's still, like, she started going through it again. And I mean, like, the process of grief is, you know, a bumpy hill. And this is where her alcoholism really gets really bad. Like, she starts having a bottle of vodka a week if she can, which is not good. Because on top of, like, you know, all the stress that she's getting from basically running Project Purity, she starts, you know, processing her emotions, and she's like, wow, this fucking sucks. My parents got exactly what they wanted, but they're not even here to see it. And it's fucked. At this point, she really starts pushing her friends away because she's busy and she's stressed out, and she, like, is just not happy with life. Yeah, grief is already a long-ass trip, and hers got held up at the station. Thanks! Cool, thanks. Like, they're just like, sorry, we're having some issues with the tracks. And she's like, fuck. God damn it. But yeah, she starts pushing people away. Butch especially gets sick of her. You'll never guess why. Butch grew up with a single mom who suffered with alcoholism, who abused him. And he's like, you know what? You're really starting to remind me of my mom. And it's making me really uncomfortable. I started hanging out with you because you are my escape from my mom. So, I'm gonna dip. And, you know, she has abandonment issues, so she's like, oh, okay, so the only other person who actually cared about me is gone now. Cool. Cool. I love this. She's like, I love life. So she really starts kind of, like, burying herself in work to just kind of keep herself distracted. Which actually starts the Tunnel Snakes, like, properly. He goes to Big Town because Big Town is full of, like, young adults. And so he's just like, you guys want to start the Tunnel Snakes? And Big Town is already, like, kind of a startup settlement. At this point, they are surviving, but they're not thriving. And he's just like, let's start a self-defense force. And they're like, word, we can get behind that. And it's freaking sick and awesome and cool because they're Tunnel Snakes. And they like it. So he actually, you know, creates the Tunnel Snakes. Oh my god, I have a lot of phlegm. Sorry. Okay. Once Butch starts, you know, going into a routine, he kind of gets worried for Jay, obviously. That's his fucking non-biological sister. He's got to make sure that she's okay. That's what you do with family. And he comes by. At this point, Butch is Jay's hairdresser. Duh. She always gets her hair done by him. So he comes in, gives her a haircut. They start shooting the shit. She's just complaining about work the entire time. And Butch is like, hey, why don't you take a vacation away from the capital? And she's like, what do you mean? I need to be here to make sure that things don't get fucked up. And he's like, I'll take care of things. Why don't you go take a vacation, clear your head? It's good for you. And it's pretty much just her saying, like, fuck you, you don't know what's good for me. Pushing her friends away. Really cool. We love doing that. Especially in the midst of depression. Yeah, but she starts fucking pushing him away because she's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to leave what took so long to feel normal to me and go into something new, because that means I'm going to have to start from square one, and I'm scared of doing that. Sounds healthy. She's so healthy. She's so healthy. She is the pinnacle of mental health. Trauma be real. Yeah. She's just scared of the unknown because she doesn't know what's going to happen. But he's just like, all right, I really tried, but I think we're done here. And he leaves for real. And that kind of makes Jay spiral, where she's just like, well, there I go, being shitty again. And she has a mental breakdown over it, but it's okay, because in the midst of our worst mental breakdowns come our best ideas. She's like, you know what? Maybe I should take a vacation. And when Butch is running a self-defense force in Big Town, he's gonna come by a lot of merchants. One of the merchants that he comes across brings a flyer for the followers of the apocalypse, which is really starting to get ground, or really starting to gain traction. And the closest state that it's starting to gain traction in is Nevada. So Jay's like, I guess I'll just fucking walk across the country, find a new purpose in life, and then hopefully from there I won't be a shitty fucking person anymore. So she decides to leave. She leaves Butch in charge, and she leaves. And she goes on her journey of self-actualization and healing and sobering. This is the part that I don't really have very fleshed out, but kind of. Some parts I do, some parts I don't. But she literally goes across country. There's some of the DLC in it. I do, oh, fuck. I forget. Point Lookout? I think that's what it is. I think it's Point Lookout. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hold on, I'll just check Steam. Where is it? One of the DLCs in here, not the Thunderdome one. Yeah, Point Lookout. She goes to Point Lookout. She does her wacky punga adventure just because I thought that was a really, really, really cool plot point to explore with her. Because I love making her suffer through mental breaks. And this is even funnier because she's hallucinating. So fun. But yeah, these are what these characters come in for. They're just kind of side characters along the way. They have their own little plot lines and everything. But in her travels, that's when the legend of the Lone Wanderer comes about and starts becoming nationwide. Just because there's a girl going around, she starts helping people, and then it becomes, a legendary figure. Because she has a weird savior complex, like her mom did. Especially after bringing, purified water to the wastes. She's just like, oh shit, I have responsibility to help people whenever I get the chance to. Because, I've already started down this path. So that's how the Lone Wanderer becomes like a nationwide legend. But I have another video to show you guys. I made this one. This is her wacky punga adventures when she hallucinates at Point Lookout. It's really cool. I'm very proud of this one also. Oh, I want to mute myself. Okay.
No, 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 no! Always seems to end this way. You blindly walk into the fray, and every time you think
yeah, that's that. Smiles. That one I had a lot of fun working on. Those are pretty cool, and thank you! Yeah, that one I had a lot of fun working on. Next. We're not gonna watch it again. Sorry. It's really cool though, right? Yeah, I really like this shot of Jay. Miserable, depressed, sad. It's a good shot. Sound selection for these are really nice too. Yes, they're part of, a lot of them are in my character playlists. If you guys want me to drop the playlists, I will. That is in Jay's character playlist. And then we have Jay in New Vegas. So she actually does get to New Vegas. She travels for like 2 years. Takes her 2 years to get from DC to Vegas, which I think is a reasonable time to get there. But when she gets there, the Lone Wanderer is already like kind of a household name for a lot of people because it's really cool. And I mean, like, once it's all word of mouth, so like a real event will get mixed in, will become 10 separate events that are like too crazy and absurd, but it's like, you know, it's a legend. She's a legend at this point. This is a really old comic. It's not really, I cut out some of the parts that's like not relevant anymore. But look, it's Gray! Gray's back! Gray's a huge fan of the Lone Wanderer. He thinks she's fucking cool. So of course, when she gets to the Followers of the Apocalypse, because he lets them stay in New Vegas, of course, because it's just like, oh, you're a whole faction of doctors. That's really handy to have. Yeah, I'm gonna keep you guys. I need water. But yeah, she's definitely welcome in New Vegas. Like, there's a whole fucking thing about it. Julie Farkas, who runs the Vegas faction or branch of New Vegas, like, she couldn't care less about her being a fucking like wasteland legend. She's just like, oh, cool, you're a doctor? Cool. I need more doctors. Thanks for coming. But Gray hears about it and he's like, holy shit! Yeah, I want to come meet you. So he comes to go see her and puts her on his council. Because he's like, yeah, you're the Lone Wanderer. You've seen so much shit. Of course I want you on my council. She's like, okay, I guess I'll just advise a little bit, but I don't really want to get too deep into politics. I'm just here, you know, as a doctor. And at this point, she kind of already... She knows what she wants to do, and that's just help people. And she thinks that being a doctor is going to be the most effective way to do it. And where else better than with a bunch of other doctors? Let's see. Shenanigans ensue. I don't have a whole lot written down. I do have a comic, really old comic, I never posted it, of Jay and Boone. They have a really weird understanding with each other. They're just both weird and awkward and quiet, and they just kind of have a silent understanding. So Jay lives with the Followers for a few years before the local Brotherhood of Steel chapter notifies her of assistance requests from the DC chapter, and she's like, oh, cool. She didn't have the greatest relationship with the Brotherhood of Steel either. I think the only person that she really like could tolerate was Sarah. She was Sarah in Paladin Cross, because Cross was her real auntie when she was a little baby, because she Paladin Cross escorted her and her dad to the vault when she was a baby. Weirdo recognizes weirdo, literally, like brainwaves, Bluetooth understanding. That's what it was. There was only 2 people in the Brotherhood of Steel that she really like got along with. The rest, she was like, you guys are a really big faction that I kind of don't care about. Cool, whatever. And obviously she gets fucking frustrated with the Brotherhood of Steel with how they made basic necessities somehow political. So she's like, okay, cool. But it's like an urgent thing. Elder Maxon, where she's just like, the little kid? What do you mean that he's in charge now? she's like so confused, but she like, yeah, like healthcare, right? Uh-oh. But yeah, no, it's so funny when she hears that Arthur Maxon became elder, and she's like, he's like 3 years old, and they're like, dude, he's in his 20s, and she's like, no, he's fucking not. She's just so like, what are you talking about? It's really funny. Because she used to also pick on him because she was like, you're fucking annoying. But yeah, she is really hesitant at first because she's just like, I don't know if I'm ready to go back to the East Coast. But friggin' Gray is just like, you know what? If you go, I'll go with you because I've always wanted to see the East Coast. My people have everything on lock here in New Vegas. I'm not worried about it. So he's just like, it'll be nice. It's just like, you've already been away this long, you might as well go back. And it's not like it's gonna be back to DC, right? And she's like, yeah, I guess. So like, oh, they go to the East Coast. We have another video. This one's really, really old. This one's super duper old. So Jay in Boston, baby. Jay goes to Boston. Vertibird picks up Jay and Gray. They go to Boston and like, I don't know, it moves at the speed of like an airplane, right? Or something like that. They get to the East Coast way faster than they would have on foot, obviously. It took Jay 2 years to get to Vegas. They're greeted by grown-up Arthur Maxon and Butch. Butch is there too. Butch heard about Jay being there and he was like, no fucking way. So he comes with Arthur to Boston. Also, he grew a beard. And Jay is just like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, I'm trying something, okay? I'm trying something. And then Butch does clap back. I didn't picture that, but he does. He's just like, what the fuck did you do to your hair? Because when Jay starts traveling around, she doesn't have, her hairdresser with her, Butch, and she doesn't trust anybody else to touch her. So she tries to cut her hair herself, but she ends up like really fucking it up. So she's like, okay, I give up. I'm just going to wear a ponytail. So she starts wearing her hair up in a ponytail. But as soon as she takes it off, it's so fucking bad. Like, it's so bad and uneven. And so Butch has to cut it down. And because he's just like, this is unsalvageable. So he cuts it down to a little shorter, like in here. But yeah, Maxon wanted a neutral party to assist in negotiations between the locals and the Brotherhood of Steel. Because one of the leaders would not cooperate with them otherwise. And Maxon was like, all right, lone wanderer, why not? That's going to be like the most neutral person you're going to find. Because she hasn't been here. Let's see. The leader he refers to that isn't willing to help, willing to cooperate unless there's a neutral party, is Magpie. Whoa, full circle. It's Magpie. Magpie is really happy to meet Jay. Jay feels really weird with how friendly and touchy she is. At a certain point, she's just like, is this what having a mother is like? Like, she's so like, and it's really fun for Magpie too, because Magpie is like so bad. She thinks she's bad with children, but I think she'd be really really awesome because she's just so fun and nice. But yeah, Jay's just like, is this what a mom is like? Because this is the only like female figure in her life that actually is really doting and nice to her. Aside from like a few other people, but like Magpie really lays it on thick, and it's very confusing for Jay. She's just like, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, she is the one friend who will hug you. Like, you don't get a choice, and it's just like, okay, I gotta let it happen. As soon as Magpie learns that Jay's a doctor, she whisks her away to the Institute because she's the director of the Institute. And hey, guess who works for the Institute? Madison Lee! Her and Madison haven't talked since, not even since Project Purity. I think, like, they had a fight after James died, and she just went straight to, like, the Brotherhood personnel, not even Madison. So at this point, she's just like, uh-oh, that's not awkward at all. Yeah, she's fucking terrified of her. It's really uncomfortable and weird. I have one last video to show you guys. This one's really old, you can tell, because I used a Hamilton track. Please don't bully me. I thought it was fitting, okay? Cool. We're gonna watch this, and we're not gonna make fun of or bully me or belittle me.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the general. The moment you've been waiting for. Here comes the general. The pride of Mount Vernon. Here comes the general. George Washington.
That's it. That's the whole video. It's just like that's how they're introduced. But yeah, this comic I can show you guys. Let me see. Let me do Madison. It had character. Thank you. Thank you. That makes me feel better, actually. That was the only one where I was just like, oh, fuck, this one's a little cringy. Madison Lee. Cool. Outmanned. Outnumbered, outplanned. Blah, 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 blah. Comic. No, not that one either. Magpie? It's definitely got Magpie in it. Tagged Magpie. I better have tagged Magpie in this. I'm gonna be so fucking upset. Okay, cool, I did. It's a two-parter, so we're gonna have to go through 2 parts. Oh, fuck. Where the fuck is the first part? Is it back here? Oh, you know what? Maybe, yeah. Unless I just didn't tag her in that one. That'd be so stupid. Oh, I guess I didn't. Oh, I guess I didn't tag. Oh, thank God. I had the fucking foresight to link it. Okay, so this is how it starts, okay? This is how they get Madison and Jay get reunited. Also, look at Jay's nice short hair. Jay had to chop it, or Butch had to chop it all off. Had to chop it all off because she fucked it up so bad. So, yeah, she's just like, "Oh, you're a scientist? That's really cool. I'm gonna get you an internship at the Institute." And she's like, "Huh? Why?" So they go. She beams them up to the Institute without like getting her permission. First of all, she's like, "Okay, cool, let's go." And she has all of the fucking heads of the departments there. She's like, "Hey guys." And then Jay is just so uncomfortable. And she sees Madison. And Madison is just, what the fuck? Just abducts Jay in front of a Brotherhood negotiation. Not even, that it happens a little after. It's not even like when they go there, they're not currently negotiating. They're just kind of hanging out. And Jay kind of brings up the fact that she's a doctor, and she's just like, whoa, that's awesome. Cool, you can help me out. But yeah, here's the second part. Mags is like, oh, you guys already know each other? Awesome. Oh, I don't know why this is so tiny. Yeah, she's like, oh, yeah, we work together in DC. Yeah, she's just like, cool, awesome. She's just so awesome. I love Magpie. Magpie is like such a sweetheart. But obviously, Jay is just like so uncomfortable. She's like, I don't want to be here. I need to go. She leaves. Like, without even like asking or anything. She leaves. She's like, I can't be here. She freaks out. She's like, nope, it's not gonna happen. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have right now. We've gotten through all of Jay's stuff. This is all of Jay. Oh, this is only Jay's stuff, by the way. Only Jay's stuff. We haven't even covered Magpie and Gray. Like, yeah. What else do I have here? Oh god. Hamilton jump scare. Oh! I'm a slut for character appearances changing with their arc. So, Jay has a lot of designs. I probably should have gone over that, but I'm sure you guys are smart and assume that this is all the same character. Doesn't help that my art style changes very frequently. Yeah, this is one of the characters. We're gonna need more fanfic. Okay, word. I'm so down. I wanted to start with Jay because she's the most fleshed out of all of them. Because I'm very unwell about her. Very unwell. But yeah, she changes as her character changes and ages. So this is all of her through her life. I think until she's become like she's probably like 30 something when she gets to Boston. I'm so normal about Jay. I'm so normal about Jay. I'm so normal about Jay. What do you mean? This is simply an OC. I'm not weird about it at all. But yeah, that's her as a little kid, where she's all happy, and then her as a teenager. She has those big, thick grandpa glasses. She has a cardigan in the vault because she's anemic. So she gets really cold. This is her when she's still fresh from the vault before she gets those goggles. So actually, the lore with these goggles, I didn't go over that. Obviously she starts with glasses because she's short-sighted. And it's kind of hard to like have glasses on your face while you're fucking trying to survive in the wasteland. And they end up getting cracked and broken, and they like shatter completely. The goggles have a backstory, they do. They shatter completely. Well, not even. They just get really like cracked, and like she doesn't have a replacement, so she just wears cracked glasses all the time up until she gets her dad out of Vault 112, and they start working on Project Purity together for a little bit. As something like, as kind of like a heart-to-heart with his daughter, James makes her these prescription goggles. So they're a little bit hardier than her glasses, and she can just take them on and off whenever she needs to. Just because, from my experience, it's hard, especially if you're like trying to fucking survive, I would assume. When you're looking down looking down a gun scope, people don't really talk about this, but you need to have an adjuster for your glasses, especially if you wear glasses and you have a prescription. Otherwise, the scope is going to look blurry. So you either have an adjuster for your glasses or you don't wear glasses. Either way, it's really hard to wear glasses and shoot. So she has goggles now so she can look down scopes easier. And it's a little bit more convenient. She can keep the goggles on her face. That's why she changes from glasses to goggles. Pretty bad for her fucking eyesight because she doesn't have them on all the time. But nonetheless, that's why she switches from the glasses to the goggles. They're a gift from her dad and she's really normal about them. Recoil could just smash your glasses into your eye if you don't control it well enough too. Yeah, especially if you're in a rush. Because, I mean, ideally, you're not supposed to put your fucking eyes right up to the scope. You're supposed to leave like an inch or two of room between the scope and your eyes. Because you can't focus either way. And like that. That's speaking from personal experience, by the way. I don't know if the scope that I was using actually had an adjuster. So you could adjust your vision without having to use your glasses. But I digress. I have to use my glasses if I look down a scope or any kind of scope, really. But yeah, that's why she has goggles. And then when she starts growing out her hair a little bit more, you can see that she has this tiny little ponytail. Just because she tries to cut her hair, but it doesn't work out. So she just, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. It was a really bad, just trust me, it's really bad and choppy. Then her ponytail, of course, gets longer. Because, I mean, even when she's in New Vegas, she's just like, I think I'm just going to keep it like this because I don't trust anybody else besides Butch. Like, I only want Butch to touch my hair. Anybody else, and I think I'm going to have a fucking, like, freak out. Like, she's really weird and particular about it. And then, of course, when she gets to Boston, Butch is just like, this is unsalvageable. We're going to chop it off. So yeah, I think it's fun, and then it's cool because it just kind of signifies like she's finished with her journey. She's back home, kind of. But yeah, that's it. These little freaks mean the world to me. I will now be taking questions if anybody has any. I know that was really long. That was 3 hours and a half. Thank you guys for sticking with me for this. But that's all I have for Jay. If you guys have any questions. I won't take concerns just because I know that I'm well. I'm well and I'm normal. And I'm not a freak about this at all. Don't have any questions at the moment. Honestly, don't know enough about Fallout 3. You should play it. It's a fun game. Or I'll play it on stream and you'll watch me play it. I will play it on stream eventually. I love that game. But yeah, that's all about Miss J. Hansen. Why they should have hired me to write Fallout. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else I can really say here. Except thank you for listening to me fucking ramble about this. I knew it would take me a while, but holy fucking shit. This was fun. This is really fun. Should I should do more, right? I should do more. Yes. Should I? I think I'll do Greyhawk next. We'll do Grey. Grey's also a little favorite of mine. It was an hour late, but it was a fun stream. It was a fun stream. I think I do need to fucking, like, pack it up, though. Because my voice is, like, shot right now. I did manage to down an entire fucking cup of water, though, so. We're keeping it locked in. Definitely down to tune in again. Yeah, let's do one on Grey. His is going to be a lot shorter. Just because we already kind of got his introduction out of the way. Let's say the other 7 lurkers in chat. Don't worry about them. They'll say something that they need to. I'm going to do it anyway. Like I said, that was more of a question to be polite I'm gonna do it anyway. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed me, like, really fucking rambling about these guys in a totally normal way. The illusion of choice. Yeah. In a really normal, not weird way, not freakish way. This is just like, this is what it means to be a writer, you know? Is you obsessively write about a character. Bethesda really should have hired me. I know. I could have cooked. Let me in the kitchen. Let me cook. That is to say, I'm not gonna invalidate any other people's Fallout fanfic, because there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of choice Fallout fanfictions on Archive of Our Own. You just gotta look for it. And on Tumblr. Like, on my Fallout Tumblr, there's so many great fucking comics and OCs and stuff. Like, hold on, let me go to my art, actually. Like, I have some fan art of Couriers and Lone Wanderers because I think they're really cool looking. So get out there and freaking start. Yeah, this one, I found another Soul Survivor named Magpie, and I was like, this is awesome. I have a favorite Legend of Zelda fanfic, actually. A bit smutty, but also insanely good for... Like, it's so fucking weird. It's just like, this is novel level writing. What are you doing writing fanfiction about this? It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, if you're ever interested, if you don't already know, I'll post it in chat so you guys can access it a little easier. I can give you what you need. That's exactly what fanfiction is. So great. Great fanfiction. If you're interested in keeping up with my Fallout characters and stuff, there's the Tumblr, birdsofafallout.tumblr.com. You can check it every once in a while. I do still upload to it. Sometimes it's in phases, because I phase in and out of it, but I will upload to it because I love Jay so much. I love these characters so much. I can't fucking, like, leave them alone. But yeah, I think I gotta turn in, guys. I'm like... I'm not well. I need to give my voice a break. But this is really, really fun to do, guys. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for taking the time to, like, actually humor my delusional ramblings. This is great. Yeah, like any good hyperfixation, you post thrice daily for a month and then drop it for not 6 years. I get into it every year. Every year, I will always start writing it again. Because I'm always just like, ooh. I start going ape. It's great. But yeah, I need to rest now. This has been really, really fun. Can't wait for the next one. You guys better be here for it. Thank you, Numbers, for the raid. I really appreciate it. Numbers, you're great and awesome and sick and cool and sick and awesome and cool. Thank you, Raiders. Thank you, chat, for listening to me. And I hope you guys have a great night. I will see you guys next week, okay? I sure will drink too. Yeah, I'll catch you guys next time, alright? Okay. Good night, guys. Bye.